What's up? What it be, what it do? We're back. Alright. Why is the music not playing, huh? There we go. That's what I get for being a producer and desk host at the exact same time. What's up? We're back. Week 4 SCS Season 4. Alright. We're almost through 1/3 of the way through the season. I'm joined today with Santos and C-Dubs. Say hi.
Hi.
Hello.
How's it doing? How you doing?
You
How
know,
you-
at the end of the day, you know something's wrong. These are the words of Ferme. He said, "You know there's something wrong when you ever see my face on stream." And we're just gonna try to kill 15 minutes as we do have a really great matchup coming up with Lycus Empire, powerhouse so far. Right now in place number 3 of the entire league, going against a team that's been struggling to find themselves a little bit with 303. However, you remember yesterday, first attempt versus Visionary, a little bit of an upset. And when I say a little bit, I mean a lot of it. And we might have the same narrative today.
I mean, that was a very PogChamp game that we watched yesterday. That was just like, first of all, I got to cast that. That was just mind blowing to me. Like, if you were watching my cam feed throughout that time, I was just smiling throughout the whole thing out because I was just like, what is going on?
Dude, you know what I'm gonna say? I think Visionary hit the new record for the map rating. Let me check it out. Let me peep this out, dude. I think Bait, dude, peep this out, my guy. I think Bait got 2 points. Where is it? Hello? Oh, it's first attempt. First attempt. Not Visionary. It's first attempt. My bad. I'm just used to Visionary winning, so I'm like, oh wait. So Bait actually hit a
Biased
2
death
point
post confirmed.
2.13 rating on Theme Park yesterday. 16-3. I believe. I think Faded hit 2.22 last season. He was like 17-3, which is a little bit of a difference, but Bait so far the record for the season. Excellent game yesterday, but we have a different game today, okay? Here, moving to map bans. There we go.
So, Consulate, Cafe, and Coastline, the first 3 maps off the board. Consulate and Cafe were auto-banned as a result of what they played last week, and then Coastline just taking off that sort of fragging potential, then Villa as well. I personally hate seeing Villa. I'm not sure exactly. I haven't actually had too much of a conversation with Ferme, so I have no idea what his like opinions on the maps are, but you know, those are the first 2 bans.
No, of course, man. If I'm on stream, something is wrong. That's why nobody talks to me. I know, right? Actually, Consulate's out. That's fine, though. That's it's actually auto ban from last week, I believe. Actually, auto ban from all the way from 2 weeks ago when 3 of 3 played against, I believe it was Renaissance. They 7-0'd them on Consulate, so that was their pick. Now it's out. Coastline and Villa are out. I actually like Villa, but Lycus Empire could be prepared for it and just tactically banning Villa out of the way. C-Dubs, what do you think? Theme Park is out next.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, you touched on it briefly. Villa, it's not my favorite map to cast. I definitely like the more newer maps you see, your Oregon, your Theme Park, Consulate, and Coastline. Very fun to cast. Then you have the unholy trinity, Villa, Cafe, and Club, which are always going to be brought, just like we are going to have Oregon and Clubhouse here today. Don't know the order, don't know the sides coming out, but that's just a little bit of process of elimination coming out.
Just another
okay.
day, another Clubhouse. I'm just
Okay.
It's becoming like every single time I'm on this on the cast here at SCS, I'm just like, yo, I got a Clubhouse ahead of me. I'm sure of it.
All right, guys. I run statistics like from the analytics perspective. Okay, I have enough sample size for Clubhouse. I have enough sample size for Oregon. Okay, stop taking these maps. All right, I have enough of sample size. Okay, you have like how many picks already? Let's see. While they're batting, yeah, they're taking their time. Okay, I see how it is. Let's go.
They
Statistics.
picked Club. So Lycus will be picking Club,
I
which
see.
most likely means 303 gets to start on the defense unless they're super confident in their attacks and choose to go towards the more widely accepted disadvantageous side of Clubhouse, because it's a very structured map, similar to what we're going to be seeing with Oregon, that it's hard for the attackers to get in towards the bomb sites. They're going to have to deal with roams. They're going to have to deal with a whole lot of utility burn, which is why as casters we don't necessarily like it as much, because there's very little variation between how a lot of the maps are played. And yeah, it's just kind of like, oh, there's a Wamai shield and there's a Wamai in this corner. Time to throw endless amounts of flashbangs on him till we destroy the shield and make sure he runs back to site.
I mean, the checklist never changes when you're playing a competitive game of Siege, but yeah, like you mentioned, I feel like I'm watching the same thing over and over again. Like you could put in a ranked game as our feed, and I just wouldn't be any the wiser if I'm gonna be completely honest here. Like, I see the same thing every single time. So please, to other teams of SCS, if you can hear us, like Ferme mentioned it, I do not want to cast any more Clubhouse. Please change it up just a little bit.
All right, my guy, this is interesting. 3-3 actually picked attack, so they had a choice between attack or defense, C-dubs, but now they chose attack on Clubhouse. All right, so we could see something interesting going on there. I think they're ready. I think they're ready for that map, confidently taking, attack, setting the momentum.
Yeah, that is a very interesting thing to see. It's a lot of it for Clubhouse is going to be dictated by bans. Most of the time, we're going to see a Thatcher and Maverick ban, maybe the Cali coming out. However, there still is the sort of potential for maybe there's a Capital ban, and then either Thatcher or Maverick is left up. Maverick tricking or throwing EMP at the wall, because breaching is very, very impactful, especially on the third or second floor bomb site of CCTV and Cache on Clubhouse. You have to get the walls open, and then downstairs, you have to get the hatches open. And at the end of the day, hard breach is really the name of the game for Clubhouse, and it's just a matter of clearing the room and safely escorting your hard support, your hard breacher, your Habana, your Ace, your Thermite, wherever they need to be, and make sure they stay alive.
All right, well, we discussed the maps a little bit. Sorry, Santos, you go ahead. Go ahead, see.
No,
I ain't touching anything.
Look, man, you said you just wanted the vibe, all right? You killed my vibe, so take it away. Take it away.
All right, man. You know what? We discussed the maps a little bit. Let's meet our boys, honestly. I prepared a lot of cool graphics today. Let's meet the boys, all right? Whoosh! Let's go. 303 Esports, they missed last week. Unfortunately, they had to forfeit due to unfortunate circumstances. But they're back in town, all right? And they're ready to put on a show. 303 Esports looking pretty solid with that, 3 of their players above 1.0 rating. Above average. Looking pretty strong right now.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, they don't necessarily have the best record, but their stats aren't looking too bad. Most of that is going to come from the fact that they did have a forfeit. So if they were to lose that game, their stats would drop off. But mainly if you're looking, you've got Sheba, you've got Vivacious, and you've got Silver, who are definitely playing very, very well. The other two players, Track as well as Krill, they need to step it up just a little bit. So I'm going to kind of put a spotlight onto those two players and say if they perform well, then there is a good chance that 303 has a chance in this game. That's your flank watch and your flex being out-fragged by your hard support. Not necessarily the most ideal situation for any team composition, but at the end of the day, when you have a defender that isn't really playing smoke, that he's playing the Maestro in the form of Silver, 81 bullets, the all to go Burt, and can definitely lead to some frags.
Ooh, look at those juicy stats, man.
Yeah, right. I love Defiance's picture here. He just looks like he's just staring into the distance and just really contemplating all of his life. But everyone from Lycus Empire has been absolutely solid throughout the season. Nobody going negative. Everyone has an above 1.0 rating, which is as we usually talk about, it's usually our average. That's just 1.0 says you're a mid-tier player here in SCS, and Lycus Empire definitely have been powerful throughout the season, bringing a little bit of extra attention towards Hourly and Braxian, and Defiance is, you know what, everyone deserves some extra attention. They're all doing very, very well.
Yeah, Hourly is the homie. I love Hourly, and he's doing very well on a more supportive op choice. Still being very positive. Almost a 60% cost. I'll round it up for him. So in 60% of the round, he's having some sort of impact. Still at a 1.1 rating. And if you look at the main core of this team, Defiance, Braxian, Call, and Hourly, they were already doing insanely well. Then they decided, we need a little bit of an upgrade, even more so. So they picked up Lethal Gamage, who has been doing very well for himself, to say the least.
A little bit of awkward silence. Yeah, there we go. Honestly, man, we take this awkward silence and then we start speaking instantly together. We're like, oh, dude, we just think the same way. But
minds think alike for me.
I know, right? But the standings right now, Wichita Wolves propelled to the first spot. They took both maps yesterday against Synthetic, and they pretty much rolled Synthetic into the grave. 12th spot, only 2 points, with negative 23 round differential, while Wichita Wolves gets their plus 17. Now they're in the first spot. All right, so Visionary actually lost both maps today, but holy... First attempt went all the way from the first spot to number 7. They picked up 6 points against Visionary, so what a crazy leap they had yesterday.
Yeah, and I touched on it briefly that was a very, very big upset. If we go to our predictions, as the entire staff did them for this week. Yeah, let's go and slide over to the predictions.
Whoosh. Let's see the whoosh. Whoosh.
And you can see every single person got it wrong. Myself included. I'm going to throw myself in. I knew Wichita Wolves would do well. They picked up my boy Anarchy. Grant is, like hourly, a big homie status here for me, and he was doing very, very well on their flex fragging role. Propelled them to a victory. Big shout outs to him. But then I didn't see a world in which first attempt was going to be able to knock off Visionary, especially with Visionary coming off of so much momentum from knocking down Wichita Wolves in, again, another upset. However, they weren't able to fully propel themselves with that momentum, and they got shut down by first attempt, who has been struggling to find their footing a little bit. They're a good core roster of players, but they definitely were able to show exactly what they're capable of, and now are a little bit of a force to be reckoned with, as some teams might have looked past them, might be underestimating them, and they could get smoked off too.
Yeah, I talked a little bit about it yesterday. I was like, hey, don't sleep on first attempt, and maybe Visionary fell asleep at the wheel just a little bit there. In first attempt, like, I want to call it a flash in the pan just because of how dominating that was, but at the same time, maybe it's not a flash in the pan. Maybe it's an indication of things to come for that team, because they picked apart Visionary at every single step. Maybe losing a little bit of the entry battle a little bit from yesterday, but mid-round adjustments, things like that, some things that make Siege very strategic heavy is yeah, they showed some excellence in that, but excellence is also in the form of Lycus Empire, having that plus 19 round differential, as well as just being very solid throughout the whole season. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, this isn't a sprint. This is a long league where you have to be at the top of your game for every single matchup. Here at SCS, the team pool is very competitive, and it's sort of like a parallel with real life sports. Any team can beat any other team on any given day. Sometimes talent gets beat by hard work when talent doesn't work hard, and that could be what we saw coming out of Visionary. Or maybe first attempt was just really kind of found their stride. They worked well as a team. I didn't get to catch a whole lot of the game, but I am excited to see the first attempt is on the up. They're coming, and they're just kind of try to run themselves back off and qualify for playoffs, because they still have 7 more weeks in order to do it.
There's still a very good chance that they can make playoffs. I mean, yeah, you mentioned it, long season ahead. And we've seen in esports history, just teams falling off throughout the later portions of a regular season, whether it be due to fatigue, whether it be due to just maybe not taking themselves so seriously, or maybe the team issues finally coming through. But first attempt definitely getting their footing a little bit, finding that first step on the ladder. Very good from first attempt from yesterday. That was quite a way to make a statement to the rest of SCS.
Yeah, and building upon that, let's do a little bit of a segue and go back to the game at hand, which could be the same narrative, or it could be the complete opposite, where Lycus Empire, they're definitely the favorites coming out. They're in the number 3 spot for a reason. They have a really strong roster. They added to it with Lethal, and overall have looked insanely good coming forward. And we touched on it briefly before, that 303 has been struggling. So overall, my prediction was shown on screen, and I think Lycus Empire is going to take it. And I'd say 7-4, 7-2. Those are my scoreline predictions.
Honestly, I think it's going to be pretty close. Again, everyone is just favoring Lycus Empire, just extremely dominant team. I think it's going to come pretty close. Again, I don't think there's any staff member on SCS who thinks that 303 are going to be able to take both maps. But even if they take one, they're going to establish themselves very dominant in the league. Like, if they take away the map from Lycus Empire, people are going to, look at them and prepare. Because if they just lose to Lycus Empire, like 7-1, 7-1, then it's not necessarily what we want to see. However, all right, boys, I'm going to do another whoosh transition, okay? Game is ready. Are we guys ready? Let's go.
Take it
Yeah.
there. Take it there.
Let's go. Whoosh.
And now it's just us, Santos. It is just us. And the game before us, Lycus Empire banning first, as they get the defensive preferred match side on their own map, because 303 is very confident in their attacks on Clubhouse and will be electing to start on that front going forward. First ban, most likely going to be a Thatcher. I'd almost put money on it.
You would have lost some money in the casino here, man. Like the ace is the first ban out, but that's another common ban. Being that one would say the most dominant hard breacher in the game right now. Definitely having the best gun for sure, just because of the way that the AK-12 is balanced. It's a very good, solid gun to have in your arsenal, but they're not gonna have it, and they're also not gonna have a Thatcher. So if you would have played your hand on that Thatcher one ban later, then you would have won some money. You would have won the table, so to speak.
Yeah, I would hit straight sevens across the slot machines, but that also does leave the Capital up, as well as the Jackal. If Lycus or 303 is struggling with roam clearing, the Jackal is a great tool to bring in, another good weapon. As, speaking of Jackal, the Spanish counterpart on the defensive side of Mira will be going down, an operator that just completely transforms any site that she's brought on and makes the game so incredibly different. A lot of people don't really like having to play every single site on attacking and defending in a completely different way. So she bites the bullet first, and most likely we're going to see a Valk ban. No, it's a Wamai coming out, as that's going to take a big chunk into the utility meta that we touched on briefly. No shield, no regenerating Wamai magnets, and therefore making Rafters a more hotly contested, evened out playing field for the attackers to take control of.
It definitely opens up your Capital play as well, because Wamai is the sort of hard counter to any of the Capital bolts coming through. I would like to see some Capital, but his Brazilian counterpart, Caveira, is on the board right now. I want him to lock it in. I don't think he's going to. Lethal, bring the. I think he's gonna bring the Cav just because of nope. Never mind.
Nope, it's
The Cade
Caster's
is going-
Curse.
Yeah. I should stop talking. I should just stop predicting things. And Cade is going to be switched out here for the Caveira, a very strong operator to bring on the basement just because of the presence of verticality. And they do have the impact tricking potential there with the Maestro as well. So just a very solid, very standard operator lineup here from Lycus Empire.
Yeah, and I didn't notice it at first, but Kaid is still on the board. And on a map such as Clubhouse, where you have a basement bomb site that rivals the other primary that we see upstairs on CCTV, having the Kaid alive with Thatcher off the board is going to make the Maverick of Silver's life exponentially more difficult, as he's gonna kind of, if there is a electric claw on kitchen hatch, you can't Maverick trick that, because as soon as they hear the torch, somebody's gonna sprint over with a nitro cell, most likely Lethal, and will just kill him. And that's just a terrifying position to be in, especially when you're going to be the primary hard breacher for your team, due to the fact that if there's any sort of electrification or anti-breaching measures employed by the defenders, you will not be able to get the hatches or any of your other walls open with just Krill on the Habana. Sure, Habana rework's going to be insanely good coming up. I'm really excited for that. Haven't quite gotten to play test servers, but I am excited to see another hard breacher getting some love as a support player myself. So will be interesting, especially with her ability, as her niche in the hard breaching scene is already more towards I almost said hatches, because 3 sets, you can get all 3, especially on a bomb site such as downstairs and basement, is incredibly important. You're going to want to get blue, you're going to want to get moto, and you're going to want to get kitchen in order to deliver that verticality over towards the defenders.
Speaking of reworks, one, we can stack that later if you want to, but also, if you look at the new overlay at the top, very smooth. Very good job, Ferme. Thank you for creating all of our graphics as usual. But the vertical presence starting to come out here from 303 Esports, but all it's going to take, as you mentioned, is a Nitro Cell. But the Nitro Cell is currently out of position, and I'm not sure if Defiance has brought the Nitro Cell on that Malusi.
Has impact.
No, he has the impact. So Lethal not in good position to deny any of this vertical play. However, the Nitro Cell is going to come out. It's going to be a pre-place, and yeah, they're just getting a bunch of kitchen control, but Defiance losing a lot of HP initially and gonna lose his life as a result of a gunfight up in the kitchen.
Yeah, really well played by Vacacious and to open up the fragging for the side of 303. Defiance losing those impact grenades could be deadly, but not as much so as the flank coming out of Lethal. Right now, nobody's really watching. They're all really preoccupied looking through the holes that Track was able to open up. Mills in the meantime taking out Call inside of dirt. A lot of HP for his worries, but that's also the smoke off the board as there's still 1 minute and 15 left for them to get inside of sight. The Zofia just creeping down. Braxton on the top of the main stairs as Owley is going to let that Alda start singing a wonderful Italian song and gets a beautiful shot onto Silver, putting him down into the dirt, but the Mavericks' job might have already been done.
The Mavericks' primary job, as you were mentioning, was to open up dirt, and he was able to accomplish that feat. But 303 with no real control here. I'm not sure if they were able to get the kitchen hatch, and Lethal able to take out Vicacious. That's your Ash, the initiator. Down for the count, and Mills is very worse for wear as well. The gunfire through the wall coming through. Lethal able to take him out, and Attractive here pretty much alone at the bottom of Armory. He does lose his support. Hourly going off in that round, and Lycus Empire take our first defense despite not having the strongest start on the bomb site.
What a wonderful play coming out of Hourly. I mean, Alda. That's just kind of, yeah, it just kind of happens. And yes, Lethal, we are not going to talk about the Nitro Cell you missed. Well, now I kind of did, but no, we're going to forget that never happened.
I talked about it. I mean,
yeah, it's never gonna. We're never gonna say anything. But overall, Hourly played insanely well on the Maestro, picking up a 3K in his favor, just locking down Blue. And it was interesting to see more of a default take coming out of 303, where they applied a lot of vertical pressure inside of Kitchen, sort of pushed back the players in the form of both Call and Defiance. Call inside of Dirt, Defiance inside of Cash, and just kind of able to use those holes to their full lethality. And we might have a rehost coming out. Hourly is still able to get just as many frags as he does frames per second right now, as 3 into his name. Only needed about 30 of the 81 bullets. So definitely looking quite well as Lethal tossed out a couple more kills, and that's the magic number of 5. That was 5 kills for the defenders, and therefore they take the round downstairs in the basement. Now it's going to be a little bit of a different story as we go all the way up to CCTV. The Kaid is brought. Will he allocate his claws to keep the bottom of the garage closed? Or more likely, because there is not the presence of a mute or any other anti-breach here, they're going to be hidden in those wonderful spots over by those CC rack and probably on the other side of the red door, where you can place those electric claws, keep the wonderful wall of CCTV electrified. But with a Maverick on the board, it's just going to make his life a little bit more difficult, where he might be just getting zapped if he gets too close.
Maverick tricking definitely going to be a little bit more difficult here, but actually the cave device is being put in a very interesting spot to deny any of the entrance to the outdoor cons wall, and I imagine the other cave device is going to be used on the wall here and maybe deny any of what Silver has planned. Silver actually bringing out the AR-15 as opposed to the M4, so that DMR can definitely do a lot of damage given the opportunity, but Silver's going to start getting the work done on this wall and just making sure that no Nitro Cell can sort of ruin his day and take him out. But Hourly is going to be tasked here with holding on to rafters. It seems like the drone work is going to be very thorough here from the side of 303. They're going to check all of their bases and just make sure that no weird plays can come out from Lycus Empire. But we did see Sensei or Braxton down there in down in the basement here. He could be setting up for a very late blue push, and really just 303, it's going to be up to the flank watchers to sort of make the difference here in this round.
More likely, Sensei is going to make his way into Oil Pit. That is Braction, because you can get a wonderful angle on people pushing up the garage stairs in order to really help out his boy Hourly, who's insanely important with the map control he will be taking. He's going to start feeling some pressure from the flashbangs, getting his screen milked into a wonderful white state, and his foot's actually clipping through, so they know he's on the 90-degree bend of those rafters. He's starting to feel pressure from so many ways. A grenade comes out, he tucks out, 25 HP gone, but he's still swinging with confidence, trying to tap away these players as another grenade comes in, and that's going to be his undoing. Track getting a beautiful kill onto him, and another opening pick going into the hands of the 303 Esports attackers.
Another pick as well, getting Braction there. He was not able to pull off the oil trick angle, and it's going to be up to the anchors of Lycus to make the difference in this round, and they have forfeited all of Garage and Rafters control, so it's going to be up to Lethal Gamage here, who's going to try and get aggressive down into Lounge. He does take the shots towards the sledge, lands it. Attractive is going to fall, but Vicacious there to potentially get the refrag. He actually misses his shots here, and Lethal is going to be looking to just keep control of stock, but they do have control of Raptors here, so Defiance in a very rough position, but he does have the support of Smoke to help him sort of hold off against anyone that's going to aggress onto the bomb site. Mills here just trying to hold angles and watch for any sort of entrance. He's going to be the instigator in the fight, and unfortunately for Defiance, he's going to fall. The Nitro Cell from Lethal could potentially come out here, and he does get a frag, as well as the Nitro. Mills with a double on the round here, but Lethal able to get the quad on the round. Is he going to go for the ace? He's going to have to if he wants to win this round out here for Lycus Empire. He sees Stover. He gets the ace. Lycus Empire with 2 in a row.
All I can say is, bruh, Lethal built different, putting the team on his back like that old Madden clip with Greg Jennings. And what a wonderful play coming out of the Kaid to absolutely dismantle everything 303 threw at him. Took lounge control really late. That opened up the ability to Nitro Cell the default plant spot, where he was able to pick up Krill on the Habana, as well as Vicacious just looking the wrong way. Also, the shots onto the sledge of, I believe, Track early on, all the way over towards Wolf Door, were insanely accurate. Then he just went upstairs, reclaimed the site, murdered everybody within his crosshair, and takes a round that arguably Lycus Empire might not have quote-unquote deserved. But when you have a player like pardon me, I'm just losing my train of thought, like Lethal, just making his namesake completely evident and on a gigantic heater at 7-0, it can really show how momentum can turn the tides into your favor at any given moment.
Lethal is definitely going to be feeling himself throughout the course of this matchup. When you start off 7-0 and you've only played 2 rounds, you know what kind of damage you can do, and he's going to look to continue this as we go further and further into the matchup. And 303 is going to be looking for answers to answer the lethality brought out here from Lethal, pun intended. But yeah, Lycus Empire looking solid here so far. Granted, they did get carried through that last round. It's going to be up to 303 to sort of counteract his ability. But if Lethal has anything to say about it, he's going to look to continue his fragging prowess.
Yeah, he has the mute, and he's going to be locked up inside Cash, pretty much on an island where, with his confidence, going to just try to hold it down for as long as possible. As Braction gets tagged up just a little bit, answers back and forth with bullets trading Alamilli's M762. Now they know that Braction is off-site, but if you do any sort of VOD review, you probably knew that was the case, that he's their hard roamer. He just kind of sits off-site and tries to get flanked in order to really supplement the map control of his fellow defenders. So overall, Defiance has taken up a bit of a mantle inside of Cash, as the mute of Lethal has fallen back a little bit more inside of Construction, aggressively peeking the door, trying to get some picks every which way, as the wall on Jacuzzi has already been opened, so good time management coming out of the 303 attackers once again. But with impact trucks coming out, there's going to be one set of X-Kairos pellets, and one singular one will actually open up. Maybe they can get a prone angle in onto that player in the form of the Malusi of Defiance, or it might work both ways. That's how angles work. It's a double-edged sword. In this Swinger Be Swung meta, either team can peek that hole, and it could provide some death. But from the window, Silver's going to be able to take out Lethal. No more mute inside of Construction, as now truly on the island, on the green box, is Defiance with the world against him.
Defiance probably not long to last here, but he is going to have some things to say about it before he falls, as he's able to get Mills, but Silver with a nice refrag onto him, and now they have solid control of cons as well as CCTV. But Sensei already back in position here to try and repel the attack that 303 could mount there from the newly acquired map position. And Hourly, meanwhile, here just holding on to Bathroom. We know how solid he's been with the Alda in his hands. The Alda has gone burr for him, but Sensei just looking to play some sort of aggressive hold here inside of the bedroom, moving in and out of that site, just making sure that no one from 303 can aggress through. And now we're in a sort of weird position here where the frags are going to come out, but Hourly very safe because of that ADS here. But Braction's going to fall from Vacacious, pushing up the main stairs, and Hourly has to get aggressive. That he does, and Call with a nice shot onto Silver. He's going to be able to do a little bit more damage, but Vacacious with a double on the round, only 20 seconds remaining, and it's up to Hourly here. They don't have diffuser control, does 303, though. It's stuck currently out here on the Jacuzzi, but Hourly is going to have to play very well with this Alda here up against two members, and one isolated gunfight happens, but unfortunately Vacacious with the flank, and 303 able to finally get around on the board on the tertiary bomb site.
Yeah, overall, that came a little bit too close for comfort, as once again, 303 was able to strike first and get that opening kill and make that 2. Sure, there was a little bit of a trading going on as you lost one of your operators inside of CC, but a quick refrag from, I believe it was Silver, coming out and up. Speaking of coming out, the two favorite letters of every single viewer, player, caster, observer, R and H means rehost. So unfortunately, it seems as though Hourly couldn't quite overcome the FPS counters and issues that he was coming through. And on the plus, we get Ferme back. Welcome.
Oh, on the plus, are you sure about that?
You're muted.
You're muted, buddy.
Look at his face drop.
No, okay. The thing is, the stream can still hear me. It's just you guys couldn't.
Oh, okay.
I was saying, are you sure that's a plus that I'm back? You sure you want me back? All right. My production team is dealing with a rehost, so it's gonna be maybe like 4 minutes, and we get some time to chat.
I mean, Hourly was holding up pretty well despite whatever frames he was getting. He was able to still land shots. You know, the Alda is definitely one of the biggest crutches that you can have in Siege. I'm not calling Hourly bad by any means, but the Alda is definitely just...
You're going to get a DM after this game when he watches the VOD.
He's like, why did Santos call me bad, bro?
Man,
I'm in the air right now.
Nah.
But, I mean, to a certain extent, Hourly hasn't lost a gunfight. He got naded inside of rafters where he didn't get to shoot, and then he got shot in the back when he got pinched in the 2v1 situation. Was able to win the gunfight on the Habana quite well, but overall it was really well played in that 2v1, using the man count advantage on the side of 303 to properly sort of make it an unwinnable situation for Hourly on the Maestro. I don't care how good of a player you are, you can't watch two angles at once. You had one in front, one in behind. You got pinched like you weren't wearing green on St. Patrick's Day, and not really a great spot to be in, locked inside of the bathroom, which became his permanent tomb for that round, as 303 were able to pick up their first win on the tertiary bomb site. But looking at how it's gone so far, Basement and CC were won by Lycus Empire, and trying to get a 4-2 split on your defensive side of CCTV, all you need to do is repeat what you've already done in order to achieve that.
I want to see that ace again, bro. That's why I queued up right now. Let's see
that ace was nice.
Let's see this nutty ace.
That ace was insane.
We're gonna replay it. We're gonna replay it for y'all. Check it out.
I mean, in the meantime, though, Hourly, yeah, you mentioned it. Don't peek him directly. Peek him indirectly as much as possible. Get those nades up and try and sort of force him to play multiple positions, because as we've seen throughout the matchup, he's been very, very effective in these one-on-ones. So, and also something that he does very well is isolate gunfights. Granted, he wasn't able to get the flick onto Vacacious when he got that flank off into bathroom, but yeah, Hourly very good at isolating gunfights and giving him chances to win.
You know, I don't think it's about isolating gunfights. It's about, I think like 303 was a little bit clueless that there was a guy downstairs. There was no, I think there was no drones in lounge at all. I think it's just like lack of information. Because look at it, he was able to throw a C4, okay? Then he just like strolled back to the small stairs, right? Killed the Ash, he detonated it, and there's people started giving 1v1 gunfights. So like, they didn't even know that he's downstairs tossing a C4. Just no intel, in my opinion.
I mean, here it is. Here's the ace. Yeah, I mean, the attractive should have never peeked. Should have waited for someone to give him any assistance, but also the Ash could have aggressed right there. So maybe a little bit of questionable decisions coming out of 303 as well.
And they go for the plant. 40 seconds
right?
until the end of the round. They just, okay, let's plant. Let's go plant. You know, we don't know anything downstairs. Let's just go plant. So to me, it's kind of maybe a little bit disorganization. 30 seconds, actually. So they
lack of mid-round reads as well too.
Yeah,
maybe.
exactly. Well, no drones downstairs. That's the big thing. So you see, like, they get the picks, right? They get the kills, 4 versus 2, all right? And they're like, okay, we're so solid. Let's execute. But no, there's a guy downstairs, and there we go. He just retakes side so good.
Yeah, he got this final kill with what, like 0.1 seconds left on the diffuser. Yeah. Overall, he still just caught Maverick with twiddling his thumbs, typing in onto that diffuser where you don't have your gun up, so you're sort of a sitting duck, and that was really well played with the overall rotations coming out of Lethal to get the ace, get an ace clutch, as well as just overall winning a round by himself completely. Really well done from him. I'm sure we're going to see that clip on Twitter or something like that.
Oh, 100%.
Maybe some sort of edit as, yeah, that was
100%.
Really
You're
well
on Twitter tonight, okay? Lethal Game should be like, bro, I eat up, man. Ace and SCS, bro. Like, bro is going to be there twice. I guarantee it.
Jaeger himself is going to have a field day with us.
Well, I hope. Well, let's see. I'm going to chat with my production crew real quick. Let's see.
As hopefully we do have a quick rehost. I know Henry on the Observer. Wonderful, wonderful man. Or I guess I'm going to call him a kid because he he hasn't reached manhood yet. I love Henry. He's such a good observer.
I feel really old in terms of the realm of esports because I'm 22. Like I'm
21.
Very old in the esports realm. Yeah, the next people up. I mean, we have a bunch of young people on the staff that can do certainly a much better job than I have. But you know, yeah, I feel like a boomer.
I do too. Sometimes like I look at the other people I cast with and it's like, oh, Crow's 19, Loaf is also 19, and it's like, oh wow, I am like 2 years older than them. I'm like the same age as Caliber Jacob, and that is weird to me. He's a couple months older, and I think of him as just somebody so much older. You know, sort of, we're gonna start realizing our own mortality, and then existential crisis coming through out of the casters. As
I've already started getting gray hair, dude. Like I'm doomed. I'm so doomed.
yeah, my hair is the only thing going for me. My hair and my beard, so I hope it doesn't go gray anytime soon.
Dude, I swear to God, my hair is gonna go gray soon because I stay up every day until like 4 in the morning, just like suffering.
Yeah, I do the same thing. I'm always with you, but for you, it's not as bad because of time zones. Like it's like 2 a.m. for you, and then it's like 5 for me, and it's like, oh, CDAPS is still awake.
Yeah, I'm just like, wow, this is so sad. Dude,
all you West Coast people are lucky.
We're just on gamer hours. Like we just stay up because we can. I don't know.
We're that cool. We're that cool, dude.
You know what else is cool?
What?
Your hoodie.
Oh, dude, SCS merch. All right, look at that. I got the flag too.
Even cooler than
I look
the
at the flag too.
Merch.
What?
Things?
What?
Look,
oh, dude, HyperX. The boys at HyperX, or girls too. You know, we're all inclusive.
Ladies and gentlemen,
ladies and gentlemen, HyperX, thank you so much for supplying us with your wonderful products. I'm using HyperX too, and we distribute
all the on-screen talent is wrapped up with HyperX.
I know,
now.
right? HyperX are that cool, you know. They're cooler than us. Okay, that's
I mean, definitely.
I mean, I never marketed myself as cool. I'm just here. I do get cool. I'm wearing.
Santos
okay, it's gonna go this way. Okay, so it's like let's go.
Why am I?
You're just like, why are we still here? Just to suffer.
But going back to HyperX, let's do some more shameless selling out, as I'm not gonna be one to like really plug a product that I'm not gonna actually use and enjoy. Overall, getting this new headset, it's very, very good. The sound quality is great, It has a very, very long cable. And I know me and Santos are both using the Revolver Pro, as I think you're using the Cloud 7s? Is that what you're wearing, Ferme?
Who? I
You.
got twos. I got them a couple of
Got
months
twos.
back. Yeah, I got them a
Okay.
couple of months back.
I
They're
knew that
pretty
they
solid.
were Clouds. Yeah.
They're solid, dude. They're solid. They have like nice clicky buttons too. Look, click, click.
Clicky button.
Dude, this is like a nice clicky button.
Oh, you also have the it's
What?
like strapped to me right now, but you also have the USB.
Let's go. Yeah, it plugs in. Yeah, yeah, we're chilling. We vibing.
Double 3.5s are not the move. I'm sorry, C-Dubs. Just yeah.
Double 3.5s. Just use.
Yeah, they chain into each other. So like if you need to have like my computer's pretty far away on the other side of my desk. It is nice to have the longer cable. I just kind of like tied it together. But having that
Yeah.
flexibility is pretty nice. But if you want to be like the cool kids here at SCS and you want to pick up some nice gamer merch, gamer products,
gamer
they
gear. We're
have-
gamers now,
They've got keyboards, mice, headsets, pretty much anything you could ever need sound cards over at HyperX. So make sure to just go over there and help them out because they're helping us out.
Get your stuff. Yeah, I mean, like, I needed a new headset for a while, so
I did
I'm
too.
glad I have these now. But
I had a 5-year-old Xbox
Astro,
headset.
I mean,
Astro A10s.
So
The lowest line Astros.
to our viewers who are just waiting patiently for the game, we really apologize for the pause. We have a rehost going on right now because there's nothing that says rehost here, so everyone's like, has the match just happened? I need to see Braxton play right now. But we are still.
Don't attack chat like that.
No, I don't know. Where's the lie? Where's the lie?
There is no lie.
Where's the lie?
Chat right
I'm
now.
spitting facts, dude. I'm spitting
Yeah,
facts.
chat is Braxton fans and then Cherish.
Cherish
That's
and
it
Cherish.
right
That's
now.
it. There's
Cherish
Braxton
is the
fans.
analyst, That's
Braxton fans.
fan.
There's Cherish. Okay, and
But the
there's
thing
just-
is that Cherish is also a Braxton fan, so I'm just kind of singling him out, I guess.
Wow.
That's like a little. I love my man Kyle.
All
Kyle, I
Cherish
love you.
What's up,
Braxton fans,
Kyle?
but all Braxton fans are not cherished.
It's like squares and rectangles.
who are missing? Let's see. Defiance is in. Braxton's in. Good for him. Lethal Damage. Hourly. Where's Hourly? Why is Hourly not joining?
Hourly's computer is dying.
No friends.
Bruh.
Just install more RAM, forehead. Just
Dude.
get more
Ferme, I
RAM.
have an idea of what we can talk about.
What?
New background.
Oh, dude.
Look at it.
Honestly,
It's
Background
Han,
music.
Han, super cool guy. I really enjoyed working with the guy. What's his Twitter? I'm gonna plug his Twitter. Hold up,
It's GFX_Han.
dude. How many
I'm
viewers
pretty
we have? 100. Let's go. Plugging his Twitter. GFX
I
Han,
love
dude.
Han.
Where's Han? Hold up, I'm looking for him. Oh, there we go. GFX_Han. All right, that dude, real good.
He's
He's
that
insane.
dude.
Okay, hand sign emoji. Okay, hand sign emoji. Do not take this out of
Yeah,
context.
you got Han right here. You got SCS. You got
Yeah,
that,
yeah,
you got
yeah. The nice handshake.
that. Oh,
And
I
you're in the
just
void.
got
No, we lost you to the
It's
void.
not Toast this time. It's me. I've never had this happen, but can someone pick up
All
my
right.
revive card?
All right, you know what? I'm canceling you. You're getting
Yeah,
canceled.
cancel me, please. I don't know what's
You're
up
getting
with my
canceled.
camera. Yeah, there we go.
It's
now
communism,
stream
dude.
doesn't have to view
Dude,
me.
hashtag
It's just-
cancel CDAPS on Twitter. Let's go.
No. That's
Or
already
if
almost
you-
happened before.
What did you do? Don't answer that question.
I'm not answering
but-
that question.
Yeah, don't answer that
Hold
question.
up. Hold
But,
up. How is it gonna whoosh? How is it gonna whoosh? I think it's from this direction. I know. Okay.
I mean, or maybe Ferme is just testing out that deep fry the casters filter.
Dude,
Maybe,
you want to deep fry
maybe
the casters? Let's deep fry the
Don't-
You don't. Dude, you already deep fried, dude. You don't need to deep fry.
I don't know
further.
why, because on my OBS side,
Okay.
it's not. It's fine.
Okay.
All of you in chat, you're getting exclusive looks as to. Oh
Okay.
my goodness
I'm de-
gracious!
you're
I don't
deep
know
fried now.
what's happening. I'm
Okay.
gonna
All of
leave
chat,
and
you're
then
getting
come
very
back.
exclusive looks at what it's like to have channel points in SCS. So keep on tuning in.
There we go.
Because we love having you around. But also, yeah, apparently I've been deep fried. I'm even more toasty than.
You're so
apparently
toasty.
Snap's just gone.
I
See that?
left, so I
I
left
see
the.
that.
Wow,
I
you
left
just
the
left?
room.
You just
I
left.
left
the
the
room?
room to rejoin
Oh, okay.
Why
I see.
you-
I see how it is.
Man,
to see if it would work.
I am
I've never
no longer-
had this issue before.
I
I have
really.
it all the time.
Yeah, I know. It's usually toast.
Join
Not
early.
me.
Hello?
Does it take? He's probably restarting his PC or installing more RAM. I
Let's
don't know,
go.
man.
I have a stream
There we go. I'm
schedule.
back in the room. I'm back in the room at least.
Wait, for me, you don't have a sleep schedule.
I have a stream schedule. I need him back.
See that shit coming back?
Yeah,
wanna see it.
I'm back in the
Maybe.
room. They just need to update
Hold
my
up.
browser source.
Hold up.
Whatever, man.
They
Whatever,
just
man.
need to. I literally need to plug you in. There we go. You're back.
Now I'm deep fried.
Yeah, now you're
Is that
deep
deep
fried.
fried correctly? It's not as pixely, so I think this is correct. But
No, I
now I'm back to
undeep-fried you.
normal. Can you really undeep fry something? I think I have like a breading now, and you just kind of can't get back from that. You
I think
can't
it's
recover.
Discord. It's a Discord stream.
Could you like re-deep fry us? Like I know
Again?
like I mean it's like a very common thing in fried food to like fry it twice for whatever
Okay.
reason. It's just like I don't
Fair
know.
enough.
I mean
This is better.
I'm actually kind of hungry right now. I'm not gonna lie. I did not eat before the broadcast, which is very ill advised.
You should have eaten DN.
I should have eaten some toast.
Okay. You know what? Let's look at some numbers. All right. You looked at our
Numbers?
faces for enough time. All right. Let's do the whoosh.
Meow.
All right. Look at this. Devil, Fade, and Tyrant looking pretty solid. Wichita Bulls. You know, they picked up 2 maps against Synthetic. Got a couple of rounds. That's good.
Solid, unlike the other 2 spots on their roster.
Yikers.
Hey, they got Anarchy and I think either Wholesale Milk or somebody else. They haven't quite finalized their last 2 pieces, but
Until I get to see their names on the team statistics page, they're not finalized. You're on the chopping block, as one would say.
Yeah.
But
Well,
yeah, Devil, Faded, and Tyrant are very, very solid.
I mean, Anarchy played with them 4 maps now.
He did.
Yeah, he did. He was on week 2, and then he skipped a week, and now he's played week 4, and they just played yesterday, which is pretty good.
I know Cranberry Drip loves his analyst job, but whenever he has subbed in SCS, he's absolutely gone off. So I'd like to see him play a little bit more. But I know
he's gonna be playing in the Wounded Warrior tournament
That's fun.
for
Ooh.
Frontline. He's on their roster for that. That's gonna be fun.
We're also seeing Hostile Actions play today against Emergence. We just scrolled past Emergence, but honestly, Emergence, my opinion, just being carried by Goria right now. Like, I'll go back to the statistics. Look at this. 1.45, the highest rating in the season, alright? So they played 6 maps, and that's his average rating. Alright? This man's crazy. Okay?
He is.
And the second highest person is Clouds, with 0.88.
I mean, remember when we tried to put a team together and just try to qualify, and Goria carried my lifeless body? Like, I know you weren't there for that, but like,
I watched a little bit. That was fun.
yeah, I was bad.
Yeah, but I'm
That's your
curious
camp
to see.
play.
I hope the Emergence stack shows up today, like, as a
I would
group.
hope so. I
Yeah,
mean,
right?
It's up to Sonafin to really sort of pick up his IGLing, because Goria is kind of off doing his own thing, so maybe some of the IGLing is questionable. I would like to see the other 4 people on Emergence that aren't Goria maybe sort of pick their season up a little bit.
Anybody but Goria, because he breaks kill records every time he loads
Yeah,
into the
just
server.
don't let Goria play. Just like make sure the team shows up. Okay, it would be nice. It would be cool to see how the team performs without Goria, because right now Goria kind of just like kills people.
I mean, that's the
Gungover.
point of the game. At the end of
yeah,
the day, you need to kill people.
Kill people.
He does it
Very good.
well.
Very good player. Very good
No, he
player.
does it amazingly, but it's still
His gun
questionable.
shoots straight, and you know that's as good as you can get. You know, his gun shoots straight, and he kills people. He goes pew pew, and attackers go bye bye.
You know what I like seeing? Mac on the main roster of Pride. So Mac's been upgraded. All right. So I believe there was a
Insane.
little bit of a roster shuffle. All right. I don't believe I see Snows anymore in the roster, and there's Mac. Just the second highest rating so far. Only played 2 maps, but we saw Mac perform on that Maestro. Pretty deadly. They played against First Attempt last week.
She's insane.
Oh yeah.
Rizzer also played out of his mind on that game. Back-to-back 1vx clutches was... Me and Jazz's mind, we were blown. We were just kind of like, like, what do we do? We're just watching this dude with Zofia suppressor run around and shoot everybody. Just, like,
I mean, Ferbe was vouching for more people to start using suppressors just because of the lack of tracers. It helps you like obscure your position a little bit. I don't do it myself, but you know, Ferme is a bigger brain than me. I want to
Okay.
see Renaissance. do some stuff this week too.
Thing about suppressors, they're kind of trash, not gonna lie. But the thing is, if they just bust,
Recoil patterns are so different.
yeah, it's a little bit different. But sometimes it's nicer. Sometimes recoil patterns are a little bit easier to control. However, if they buff suppressors in a way that the kill cam doesn't show up, like for like a delay, you know, that would be quite a significant boost to suppressors in my personal opinion. But yeah, suppressors have a long way to go. I like them on like very select few guns. I don't run suppressors on everything.
P10.
Like I'm yeah, I roll P10. P10 Roni is my favorite with a suppressor.
I'm a big fan of suppressed pistols because, like, let's say you're on the deep roam and there's a gridlock or a nomad, and you just whip out the pistol and it's silent, and then boom,
Boom. All right.
you're just behind everybody, silent and deadly.
Let's see. Operator picks, man. Dude, honestly, I'm gonna yell it hourly. Hold up. What's going on?
While we wait on Ferme to go yell at some people.
Yeah, I'm yelling.
Yeah, I don't know if we have.
I'm yelling already.
I'm not super familiar with the. Do they have a sub that they could throw in?
I don't believe they can because they already
Yeah,
started
they wouldn't
with.
be able to because the map already
They
started.
would
Yeah, the map. Yeah,
right.
they have to use the same people. They have to use the same people.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we're just waiting. We're chilling. I hope you like our company. All right, we're vibing.
If you're not
Thatcher spelled
familiar,
wrong, by the way.
Thatcher.
Thatcher.
Oh, nice.
Sure.
Very cool. Good job for me. Nice graphics, my guy.
I was gonna tell you yesterday, but then I.
Why
just-
didn't
it-
you?
it passed
Why didn't
my
you?
mind.
Oh,
My mind. I don't want to conjure the anger of Ferme, because if anyone in chat or anyone listening right now is familiar with Ferme's anger, don't make him angry.
okay. When was the last time I was angry? I actually like literally 20 minutes ago. So I'll take that back.
I've only heard you angry once, and that was because in the OBS Ninja room, I accidentally muted like my headset instead of muting the mic, and he just starts screaming at me, "Somebody mute their mic! There's doubled audio!" And I got scared because it was very Russian.
Okay, man. The problem is when my Russian comes out, for some reason, I sound like way angrier than usual. Okay?
Oh man.
This is going off the rails. Thanks,
I
Alan.
know not a single lick of Russian at all. I know nothing.
The single lick of Russian that I do know would get me banned off stream. So
Dude,
All I know is vodka.
dude. Okay, the thing about vodka, right? There's a nice like origin to it, because like in Russian, voda means water, and you can see kind of like close already sounding. You know, voda means water. Vodka
Cognates.
is like adult water, like upgraded water. Because it's like you say with like strength. Okay, there's voda, which is like child water, and there's vodka, like adult water. Just like spark.
It is.
Yeah. What's up? What?
I mean, like they drink it like it's water.
Yeah, honestly.
Yikes.
There's like the average consumption of alcohol in Russia is like 72 liters average. So like 72 liters per year. That means like toddlers on average drink 72 liters of alcohol per year. That means some people drink like a liter a day, which is like, dude.
The Russian machine never breaks.
Dude.
No.
I don't know.
Russians
I don't know how
are
they do it.
different.
I don't know how they do it, dude. It must be cold, I guess.
Kind of like French Canadians in Siege. French Canadians are the scariest people in Siege.
Yeah, they just hit you with that question mark, and you know it's a question mark in French. It's not an English question mark. It's a French question mark, and they're like, "Cat, cat."
I got to, dude. Like some of the other regions of NA are absolutely built different, or NA or LATAM, because I was playing against yesterday when I queued into TTS. I played against like a Mexican Pro League player, and then I played against some of the CGG staff as well, and they wrecked my face. But it was the one and only game last night where I went positive, so I'm like, okay. I mean, apparently I'm good enough to play comp, people that understand comp. But it's as soon as it's like some cracked out 15-year-old in a rank stack, I'm like, I can't do it.
Dude, crack babies, like they have all the time in the world. These crack babies hit up ranked. They GN me, and I'm like, okay, like why do we even bother playing this game?
But I run SCS, so you know who's the winner here.
Dude, really? Do you think it's really a winner? I have to like stay up every day for like another 4 hours after the stream's over. Yeah, that's not a
Yeah,
win.
I mean,
That's not a win.
Unlike the rank stars, Ferme doesn't survive off of an IV drip of pure rain.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Oh shit.
just gets an IV drip of Enter X energy drink.
Dude, I have
Maybe-
like an IV of Red Bull just like connected to my vein. All right, all right. I
You
need to
just go
prepare.
straight into your forehead to activate 5 head.
I mean, also, you know, Sector Drip is guaranteed to lift your KD by at least 0.2. So
Oh, dude.
I gotta get my merch.
Gotta wear the merch while playing ranked, you know.
We get gamer sleeves, SCS gamer sleeves.
Dude, then you can
Can we
become a
make that
certified gamer.
Can we
Yeah.
please make that happen?
You're a certified.
If I got a
gamer.
headband, I'd wear the headband on stream.
Dude, me too, honestly. But like, how often do I appear on stream? Like,
Never.
never.
Once in a blue
I think
moon.
last time I
Where-
casted was the first day of SCS Season 3. Back when we had like 5 people. Now we're like
Casted with
30.
me once.
Casted with you? When?
You did a map with me.
When? Oh yeah, that's right. When like the caster disconnected. Yeah, that's right. I
Way
stepped in.
back when, yeah.
Oh dude, that was.
I remember last time we casted together, Toast was the
All-Star game?
wonderful, beautiful All-Star game that
Oh,
was
dude.
so serious and so competitive.
that was so good. It's just the
That
knock
was
with a
the best
deagle.
game.
The amount of one-taps Goria was hitting with the Ella pistol was just alarming.
They threw us on the second map because it ended way too quickly.
I know, right? There's 7-2 them, and they 7-2 them again. Speaking of game balancing. Oh my god. Should have
Maybe
never.
we need player balancing. Can we do a... Oh, we should do like a summer season of SCS and take like everybody and just roster shuffles. That'd
Just
be
do
so
like,
much
just
fun.
throw them
Or,
into
like
like
random number
battle.
generator, the entire pool of players. That could be a fun like little like day tournament or something.
Could be fun. Could be fun.
You know,
Alright.
got the ideas.
What does my crew have to
Final
say
boss
to
is
me?
the staff is the staff team.
Dude, honestly,
If it wasn't
SCS staff team, goat it.
Dude, let's what league do we want to challenge?
What league?
What league should we challenge?
Okay, I don't.
5-man SCS roster versus
I don't know. I don't know how RSA guys. Let's see. RSA actually, Poggy Woggy. I
RSA,
like these guys.
I'd have to choose RSA. Because they
RSA?
wouldn't have the people if I didn't
What,
play.
what's
We have a very
what's
small
Crow's
staff.
rank? Let's Crow's rank.
Crow has multiple. He's like usually like plat 3, plat 2.
Oh, plat 3, plat 2. Okay.
Same.
Okay. Who else is on RSA? C-Dubs, I guess. But you.
I just want to say, like, when we did that that other league qual, like when I was playing with Sako and them, as soon as I left, we started losing matches. So I'm not making a difference on the scoreboard, but you know.
Yeah, but he's a hype man. All right, what?
This is one of the longest rehosts I've ever
You know,
had in my
you
life.
are a hype man in game, but I'm the hype man in this lobby. All right, the game is live again. All right, wait's over. Let's go.
All right, so passing on from that relatively awkward conversation, we're back in the game.
Rehost, please.
Please no, because that was a very long one.
Hey, I bet we're gonna go downstairs to basement.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are.
Yep. I like that. Let me get back into the caster mentality. I feel kind of weird right now.
Yeah, that was a fever dream of a rehost. We're gonna pretend that never happened. As we're gonna see, I'm no longer gonna try to say Visation. I'm gonna say Vic because I'm not gonna be able to say that if I'm talking fast.
I think
Is
it's supposed to be vicacious, so yeah, I
I'm
think
saying
Vic's
Vic.
acceptable subs is
Track. I'm saying
acceptable
Track and
substitute.
Vic, Mill, Krill, and Sill.
You're just cutting out any other syllable other than the first one.
Uh huh. Yeah,
All right, I'm with that.
because
So
Mill,
I mean,
because you got 3 that rhyme: Krill, Mill, and Sill. That'll be a fun tongue twister. I'm gonna make myself just. But overall, let's get back in the caster mentality. You already
we should
touched
try.
on
We
it.
should try.
So,
to get
what happened last time? We were downstairs. We had Hourly and we had Lethal pop off. 3 kills from the Maestro playing inside of blue, being able to swing that dummy's door and shut down the blue push. That was originally very successful. They were able to uproot Call from that position that typically is very, very difficult to stop a smoke with the shotgun and the SMG-11 in such close proximity, especially if he has something like a shield there to just pop up and over like whack-a-mole. It's just very difficult to find and really get in close engagements over towards those narrow bends and turns of the corridor. But overall, 303 has gotten the first pick every single round on their attacks. However, they've only been able to properly convert that into a round win a singular time, where it overall came down to a 1v1.
I mean, I like to talk about how important getting the first pick is, but truthfully, if you're not able to turn that into round wins, because it happened there again. Unfortunately, Defiance has struggled here on the bottom floor bomb site. Yeah, when you're not able to convert these first engagements into kills, yeah, it looks good on your stat line, but unfortunately, I mean, the whole point of trying to play competitive Siege is get the win, and we're going to see if they're able to do that, because the impact tricking did not happen, and they are able to get Kitchen Hatch open with only 1 round or 1 minute into the round.
But the way 303 attacks is a lot of pressure from Kitchen Hatch, as well as pressure coming through on Dirt. And they're going to have to go through Call, as now Lethal's going to be able to take out Track. No more holes opened up by the Sledge, as he will be sent to an early retirement about a minute and 20 into the round. Stun grenades coming up of those lifeline launchers onto Call. But one smoke canister is just going to sit there as a frag grenade's being cooked. It's banged, and it's going to be able to take out Call. Free easy pick coming out of the utility, as there's been a lot of frag grenade kills coming out of 303, properly using those very lethal pieces of utility to be lethal.
But Krill is actually going to fall as well, and I think Vicacious is currently stuck in a sprinting loop. Yep, he's gonna leave the game. Hopefully we don't get another rehost, and Silver is the only member remaining of 303. He had to deal with Sensei inside of Dirt, but he's gonna be able to get Krill back onto the board. Hopefully Ash is able to reconnect in this time so we don't have to get into another fever dream of a rehost, but Lycus Empire are now in the advantage in this situation.
Yeah, this is a cursed matchup so far, but Braxton right underneath the hatch is just waiting for someone to peek him. Both of these players now, with time against them, are going to be going down main stairs, and that's right into the leveling arms of Lethal, who picks up his 2nd kill. Make that a 3rd, as he pops off once again. 2 kills the first time downstairs, 3 kills the next, and another rehost.
So, as soon as we lock back into caster mentality, we are going to be taken straight back out of it. And Ferme, hi again. Good to see you once again.
Ubisoft, why you do me like that?
Life is pain. Life.
Can we have like a lobby where we can pause the game between rounds, and we can wait for the guy to reconnect?
Or like, instead of an actual tactical timeout with rehost, do it like CSGO, where you just get a minute.
Yeah.
On your timeout.
Like, give an extra minute. Like, you don't need to pause the game, or let me just like press the button and pause the game, because now we're like chilling again.
Again. I mean,
well, for you guys, the score is 3-1. All right. Lycus Empire winning.
Not a whole lot to break down.
Yeah, not a whole lot of breakdown. We already watched like 2 rounds, and the last round kind of was quick with the disconnect. You know, not much late run execute could have happened. You know, Hibana was already down, picked up, and then just mowed down by lethal damage, obviously. You know, the fragger he is. Yeah. What an exciting day, right? We hyped it up.
Sentence breakdown of last round. Lethal was able to play in main for free.
Yeah. He got Sledge. He like nuked the Sledge from the stairs. Then he went down, killed another guy, I think, for the floor, and then he killed another person on main stairs. Wow. Exciting.
See, the thing is the position that he is playing is the bottom of main stairs. He's been swinging up in order to challenge the players of 303 that are stacked up inside of kitchen. But they have a Sledge, and over towards that sort of hallway at main stairs, it is destructible. You have a Sledge, and you can put the hammer down and make it so you have an angle on him if he's just sitting there. You make it so it's not safe for him to rotate, or you could bring a Nomad and just put an air jab there. Overall, that's been sort of 2 commonalities between the rounds of, you know, Lethal is an insanely good player. He's shown he's incredibly potent as a fragger on that Kaid, a support operator who's bringing a ton of utility and not necessarily the best gun in the form of the AUG. I like to think of it as just a slightly better version of the UMP, because it shoots a little bit faster and hits a little bit harder. Maybe a little bit more recoil, but that's sort of negligible if you have any sort of dexterity of pulling straight down. So overall, he's been the shining star. He's been the crown jewel into the crown of Lycus Empire, and really helping his team, just getting kill after kill after kill after kill. overall, he has a 2K. He has an ace. He was a little bit more quiet. I believe he was the first death onto the side of their gym where he actually died, so that's why they lost the round. And then followed up with another 3K. So you need to isolate him out. You know he's on a heater. No amount of 26-minute rehost is going to cool off the fire that he has lit underneath himself and just is continuing through.
I bet he's doing jumping jacks right now. He's like, I'm ready. He needs the blood pumping, dude. He can't
He's
wait
the
for
one
these
with the
rehosts.
rain IV drip.
Oh yeah, dude. I don't. Is he like sponsored by some energy drinks? Does he like? He streams a lot, right? Lethal. Let's see. Let's peep this.
Let's see his sponsors. Let's start shelling out. Everybody go follow Lethal. Everybody spam !Lethal in chat. I have a command for a beautiful copy pasta for him.
Let's go.
We need really good copy pastas for just like at least one member of every team.
This
Like,
video
yeah.
is only available to subscribers. Lethal, why you do me like this?
that's a
He
thing on-
archives his VODs.
Damn, dude. Unlucky.
If only it was September, then you would get it for $2.50 instead of $5. Might have been able to justify it there.
I mean, support all of your favorite players in SCS. Why not? I mean, go give them $5. Like, why not?
Okay, I'm gonna.
Yeah, that's true.
Waiting
I'm
on
just
one guy.
really hoping this isn't another 26-minute rehost because
Nah.
at this point, all the viewers have seen more of us than the gameplay, which
Yeah.
is
And you don't want to
it's
see
not
me.
what you signed up for.
Yeah,
You
you-
don't want to see me the whole time. You can listen to me, but you don't want to have to see me the whole time.
Yeah, you
I
don't.
think they're just stacking these rehosts so they can wait for my cam to just start malfunctioning again.
Maybe mine's probably going to be the one to break again. I don't know. I've never had it happen before, but I think you passed it on. You
You're
passed it
welcome.
on to me.
Dude, at this point, I'm just gonna grab my piano and start playing. Like,
I mean,
I'm
we
down.
flushed out, like we went over like the people's or the player statistics again. We went through map
Twice.
rounds, like we're out of stuff to talk about. Like,
Do you want to do a Russian lesson?
okay.
Can you be a
we can do another
teacher?
one of those.
What? Oh, we on Russian
No,
lesson?
teach us how to speak Russian.
Okay, actually, okay. I watched a lot of Russian casts lately, and it's so weird because in Russian they cast in Russian, but like all the operators' names are in English. So weird. Because like they'll be speaking. И уже операторы получают больше карты для себя. Ash уже продвигается вперед, and Thermite, or like Termite. You know, they Russianize all the names. Like, Ash is Ash, okay? Same thing. Thermite is Termite. Which, like, it sounds Russian already, right? Here, hold up. Let me look through my operator list. Let's see.
Sophia? Because that's Polish.
No,
That's
Sophia.
sort of-
Sophia's same thing. Yeah, they won't change
Yeah,
that.
it's very similar.
There's,
already.
yeah, let's see. S4 statistics. Let's go. Okay, Sledge. They just call him Sledge. Or they call him, like, Molotok, which literally means sledge, dude. Thatcher, Ash, Thatcher. They just call him Thatcher. So they basically take every R and make it sound like Russian. Thatcher. Thatcher.
Oh my
Twitch. Gora. Okay, Mountain is Gora. Dude, remember?
But there's a gadget in the game named the Gara hook. Like,
No, Gora means mountain in Russian.
I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah, Ayana. Ace. They call him Ace as well. It's weird. Amarunok. Gridlock.
When are
Namad.
we gonna get a Russian operator? Oh wait, we already.
we have
Bruh. Bruh. Kapkan literally means a trap in Russian. Like,
I didn't
these
even
are
get through the sentence before I realized I was being stupid.
yeah.
That's how bad that was.
Surprising? Come
we're
on.
just casters at the end of the day. We've been like released from our like serious mentality, and now we're just really just showing our true intelligence.
Dude.
I may be an engineer, but like it's still not up to where it should be.
Yeah, this
I'm
is
just
like ooh, public presentations, basically. Like, in private voice call, C-Dub's like, I'm so confident, I'm so good. Then he shows up on camera, and he's like, when are we gonna get a Rainbow Six Russian operator?
I'm a business major, so I kind of have to be good at public speaking. But like, obviously, you can see I'm not. or I mean, I'm decent at it, but I would be terrible if I like stuck to the engineer route. I'm envious of you that you stuck with it because I could not do it.
Okay.
See, for me, I think the fact that I can talk as an engineer is kind of cool because, you know, typically engineers, I can't, I don't know how to speak. Like, and it's like, I used to think that that was a really big stereotype. And then, like, I've met so many other people in my major and, like, it's true. It is true.
Oh yeah, all of the engineering people that I know cannot speak.
Yeah.
They cannot do it.
Me neither.
I always
Can't
have
do
people
it.
surprised when I say I'm an engineer because I guess I just don't, like, exude that engineering energy. A little alliteration for you.
Dude. Come
I
on.
mean, Furman is an
forward.
audio engineer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I write music and stuff, I guess.
As you can hear on stream,
Yeah.
every time that there's anything musical, it's probably from the brain of Ferme.
Yeah. It was fun. I wrote this like
It
this,
has to be.
this thingy. I wrote it back in July for the season 3, which actually stuck with us for like the whole season. And like
It's a good track.
Thanks, man.
I like
Let's
to
go.
do the new track is
New track's fire. Let's go.
The Neon
track
Dawn
is
remix.
Fuego.
Yes.
I've been waiting for the consulate one. I think my cam's about to go. Oh no, I can see it
Damn.
happening.
Yeah.
Please.
You want me to help you with that? Let's go.
Oh no, you're gonna deep fry me. Oh,
Bye.
they're gonna deep fry me again.
CDAP's cancelled on stream.
It's kind of funny because like I think that's a map pick from Border and Border's out of the map pool, so it's buy in 2 fronts.
Yeah. Goodbye. I mean, I can just do this. Goodbye.
We stand toggle switches.
Dude, Stream Deck XL actually like 10 out of 10. Not gonna lie.
You should just start hitting all the buttons and see what happens. Just
No.
shut your eyes
I-
and pick a random button.
Disastrous.
You
No.
accidentally hit end stream button.
No, no. Like I actually have a setting that like stops me from ending stream. It's like, are you sure you want to end it?
Uh-huh.
Do not do. Do
Yeah.
not do
What
what,
does
you're
the
about.
seventh button do?
My 7th? Like in a row, right?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 15-minute timer. Mm.
Because I know you have your like TV above that has your timers.
Oh no, that's Galaxis. That's not me.
Oh.
Yeah,
To
my
Dude,
TV
take us
above.
through your setup. Like,
Oh, you, dude. There's a Coke can on my table, and the Pepsi. I mean,
Oh no.
I
so
mean,
you're on the Pepsi train.
I mean, like, I
I
kind
gotta
of,
say you have a TV above yours. I know you
Yeah.
have the 4-monitor setup.
yeah. I mean, I
Kind
kind
of
of
necessary.
kind of necessary. I do a lot of things. I mean, it really helps.
Man, it's already 7. We're like an hour and 15 in, and we're 4 rounds in, man.
All right, dude. Okay. While we're still waiting, you know, I want to plug our giveaway. Okay, at SCS_champ. Okay, SCS_champ. We're doing a giveaway. Okay, for a cool flag and stickers with SCS branding. Okay, you want to peep that with the flag? There you go. You see that?
Flag.
You see that?
I love that actually.
Some-
That's actually so
Some
cool.
nice quality. Okay. Shoot. Hold up. I'm gonna take off these small ones. Look, so good, so good. Very nice to touch. You can put it on the wall. Okay. You know, everyone's gonna be jealous. You put that on your wall, people are like, damn. What's that? You'd be like, that's SCS, bro. I won the
That's-
giveaway.
I mean, staff can't enter, but I'm gonna buy a flag for myself, and they're
Let's
gonna be like,
go.
"Oh, what is SCS?" And I'm gonna be like, "It's this
The
nerd thing that I
flag.
do. I'm
It's
quite a nerd."
Let's go.
I'm just hoping that this rehost does not take as long.
Dude, our schedule is gone already. Throw it
Yeah,
in the
it's work
trash.
schedule.
Throw it in the
Mm.
trash. Throw the schedule in the trash. Okay, so we waited 26 minutes for who? I think hourly, right?
Hourly.
I
I mean,
hourly.
what's the lobby looking like now?
There's 9 people. There's
It's just
Krill.
waiting on.
3-3. Why don't player for 3-3? They're like
Krill wasn't even the one that disconnected.
It was
Yeah.
it was attractive. I think.
Yeah,
Track-
Attractive was the one that
track us
disconnected.
in. Okay. We're waiting on Vicacious or Vicacious. I'm actually gonna check
Oh,
the player.
Vic. I think Vic was the one that disconnected.
Oh yeah, I think
What?
so.
Yeah, because he was on the Ash, and then he got.
Let's
Yeah.
see. Okay, well, we got a little bit of an update, okay? So, unfortunately, actually, not really unfortunately, this is of time, But 5 minutes, okay? Guaranteed to start the game in 5 minutes. It's just if they can't bring the guy back, unfortunately we're gonna have a 4v5 and until the end of the map. Until the end of the map, because you know, we kinda have to keep going.
Kind of have to keep it going in some
kinda keep
way,
going.
shape, or form.
And of course, you know, I wish we had a 5v5, and I hope we still do. You know, make a fair matchup.
But kind of have to keep things moving.
Exactly.
Well, I mean, at that front though, like, would we just end up losing our map too? Like, would it just be a forfeit at that point?
Nah.
Because they can't start with 5, or
No. You can do 4v5s. You can do 4v4s if you want to. It's more like you still want to play.
1v1?
Dude,
still want
do 5 1v1s. Just actually like gun skill 5 1v1s.
That would be really fun. Like, imagine you just put them on the like the candy map, and it's just a 1v1, both with R4Cs, red dot suppressor, and you just have to try to win.
I'm down for that. I mean, like, the way, like, there's some, like, I've been playing with a bunch of pro players lately, and they like warm up by doing peak battles, and so I'm not even plugging myself. Get out of here! Get out of here, CDAPS. You're a lot better than me anyway.
See, the stream is so cool. You get to plug yourself in. Look, CDAPS R6. Go follow that guy. Okay, he's pretty chill.
Yeah.
He's a homie. All right, Santos is a homie as well. Look, Santos cast. Henry is whispering in my ear to plug him too. Look, see the down there? It's an observer. Henry.
Look at the cute little child.
Oh yeah,
with the shark.
Henry
hat.
with his shark hat. Here.
Henry is my son.
From. Like what is the context?
It's just. I think he's at an aquarium. I think he's at an aquarium.
It's
Henry's
Invite
my favorite
2020.
observer,
I think it's
besides
Invite
Ty.
2020.
He was
Actually,
the one...
I have too many favorite observers. I have Ty and Ocho, Carpe when he used to observe, and now Henry. Tango is also a really great observer.
Dude,
I mean, if you want to keep doing more whooshes for me, you could cycle the caster graphics as well. Like we could plug
Won't that mute us though?
Well. Would it?
Or could we still say hot mic'd as we read off every single caster's name?
When they start plugging somebody in, mute.
Yeah,
dude.
Because I know those are the intermission screams. I don't know if they don't have our audio.
Should I bring someone from the Vibe channel and just like chat with them here?
Just a random person?
Do you want to bring Fig?
Can I choose?
You want to bring Fig?
Yeah, let's bring Fig. Fig.
What's up, homie? You're live. What's up? You vibing?
Oh, boys, what's up?
You're vibing, dude? We're vibing. 20. How many rehosts have we had? Like, that's our 3rd rehost in the map, and it's like, what?
Second?
Oh, okay.
Dude. I don't want to interrupt, but I see the square starting.
Oh, now Chief has come in here.
Dude, now we're vibing.
Chief, he actually...
we have a Gur-thang. I don't even know what it means. We have one.
Who?
We have a Gur-thang.
No, why did everyone follow me, bro? You guys are not cool enough to be in this chat.
I'm unmuting. Hello.
Hi, Rigel.
Hi.
Who? Rigel.
Oh, wait, are we
It's
starting?
Rigel.
Call him Ringo.
Off the rails is
All right,
Oh
we're
God,
getting started.
Get out of here.
All right, get out of here.
No,
We're getting ready.
78 cog, hashtag give M878 cog.
no.
Get out of my casting chat.
You dragged me in here, what?
No, not you.
Yeah, you're allowed to be here. We picked one.
Not
you. Were
you.
chosen. Oh, he's gone. He's gone.
See what happens when we give Chief power?
Yeah, exactly. That's why he's just a caster.
Like, what does Gur-thang even mean?
All right, let's go.
What does Gur-thang mean?
The Gur thing?
I don't know.
You should just ask him. Unfortunately, guys, it's gonna be a 4v5.
He doesn't know either.
Unfortunately, it's gonna be a 4v5. I'm really sad about it, but
All right,
the game has to
back into the map we
continue.
go, though.
Yeah. All right, guys, have fun.
Bye for me. So how do we
Man.
analyze a 4v5?
It feels well. I guess we're just gonna give first pick to Lycus Empire every single round, which they haven't done so far. It's been all 303 on the opening kills. So
Ubisoft
yeah.
cross rating is about to be insane. Just killing all of our dreams.
I feel really bad because I guess he just like his internet died or something like that and was unable to bring back. Hourly did get a little bit more time, but I think he was just like stuck in menus and stuff like that and like had the hope that he could come back. And then I guess there's just nothing onto the side of Vic that he just kind of knows he's accepting his fate that he's not going to be able to come back. Hopefully we get him in for map 2, but at the end of the day, playing at a 4v5 is a huge disadvantage, especially on a map that is very defender-sided, such as Clubhouse, and we see Lycus Empire already taking off to a early lead. And then now you're just going to be fighting. You're already fighting the uphill battle of having to attack. And now you're fighting the uphill battle of having to attack with a constant man disadvantage. It's going to throw off all of your operator compositions, especially because now they do not have a Maverick. They know that they need just kind of everybody coming through onto the main operators that they have. They don't want to switch around too many things. They're going to be forced to go down below to get those Electroclaws off the wall. But with the places that they're being put, you can't get them from below. You can't just kind of throw them down at the bottom of lounge door in order to get the wall opened. And it's going to be incredibly difficult for 303 to get into sight.
They're basically, like, you can see it right now with Crow taking very aggressively in a main. Like, their main prerogative right now is to just try and quick peek everything, or maybe try and face check everything, because we are seeing a little bit more aggression come out here onto the bedroom slash construction side, and I think that's the best way you can play this, just because of how precarious a 1v or a one-man down situation can be. But yeah, you're just kind of feeding into the angles that Lycus Empire have established, and unfortunately, it's just not a very long-term, like, viable way to play Siege, if that makes sense. I can't imagine this is gonna work for more than like a round or two.
Yeah, it's just gonna come down to raw gun skill, where that's typically what does occur when you lose a crucial piece. Essentially, the way I'm gonna think about it is their Maverick got spawn peaked every round. That's like the analyst side of my brain saying, like, that's how we have to draw the parallel. And sure, it's unfortunate, but it's not like the rounds are fully over. It just makes it incredibly more difficult. It's made a little bit easier because the construction wall is already soft, but you have Defiance on a shield, a very powerful operator in the form of the Malusi, on a very good player, as he's going to be able to impact Trick, is able to get the thermite charge off, as the Logi will remain closed. Crow taking a lot of damage, is peeking back and forth, but it's going to be a flurry of kills going as Call and Lethal both pick up one of their own, leaving it in a 2v5 situation. It's just Silver, it's just Millies against the world, as Defiance is going for the hipfire. He's going to get punished for his over-aggression, as Silver is going to pick up a free frag, but another one down below is going to be Sensei, teaching him a lesson. Braxton picking up the kill onto the Zofia, and it's all thermite in a 1v4.
And it's a very tall task to win, especially when you are taking damage due to the smoke grenades just picking away at you. But he is trying to get an angle down. Unfortunately, he is going to... Actually, he escapes with his life, so he's going to be able to last for just a couple seconds longer. But we've been watching this sort of stall out here by construction for about 2 minutes and 30 seconds now. So Silver kind of just trying to play the angles and maybe get himself a little bit of kill action to pat his stat pad just a little bit, but Lycus is going to take this round whether he likes it or not. Yep, there goes the headshot. Or not a headshot, but body shots from Call is enough to take out Silver, and Lycus Empire take the first round after our second rehost.
Yeah, I mean, Silver had, I'll give him 3 HP, but a summer breeze inside of a field with dandelions flowing around would have done enough damage in order to take him down. He was just completely done, and at the end of the day, 1v4 situation, the smoke canisters coming out of Call were just enough to keep him at bay. There wasn't anything that they could do, and yeah. Just once again, I don't want to harp on the fact that they're having to play 5v4 too much, but it is going to be a constant coming out, and it's just an even more of an uphill battle, and it's really unfortunate for 303.
I mean, 303 looked like they were poised to take some rounds off of Lycus Empire and potentially force us into overtime, because they were playing very well before all the rehost action happened, and it's just a very unfortunate sort of happenstance here, because Lycus Empire looked a little bit fragile. It really came down to just Lethal and Hourly just getting their kills inside of sight, and yeah, I'm not happy about the situation that we've been dealt, but you do have to deal with it in your best possible way. So look for the gun skill of 303 to show out here, because that's how they're going to be able to take this matchup if they have any sort of chance at it.
Yeah, it's just how the cookie crumbles sometimes. That is life, c'est la vie. And overall, if we want to go more towards an analyst side, Jim is the only round that 303 was able to successfully attack. And Braxton already going for a spawn peek, trying to make the man count advantage further in his favor, but it's going to be answered back as Krill is able to down him. Well, Lethal will most likely do the field medic duties. Yes, he's going to get him back on his feet. Another gun coming up onto display. But Braxton is going to be walking with a bit of a limp. He's only on 20 HP for the remainder of this round. And it essentially almost evens up the man count. Silver has swapped onto the Maverick. That's the really more versatile hard breacher who can go through walls or electrified walls, kind of go through whatever. You're going to have the soft breaching in the form of track on the sledge to blast that open as soon as that hard wall is made soft by the wonderful Maverick trick. However, it's just sort of a two-pronged attack with two on each side. It's going to be all up to Mills and Krill, the two entry frags, as he's going to get pinched out. That's Defiance. He's going to fall at the hands of the Zofia. Really well played to now have a traditional 4v4.
What a way to bring one back if Sensei wasn't going to feed. He said he's trying to go negative, but Sensei, Braxton feeding them some 1v1 gunfights. I would like to see Lycus Empire maybe play the angle game a little bit, but Mills actually able to take out Lethal and that sort of reign of terror that he's been on. But Sensei, through the bullet holes, able to take out Attractive and back onto a 3v3, although Sensei is a little bit worse for wear. They are going to be trying to lean towards this construction side and maybe force their way in through the gym and through the bedroom, excuse me.
Yeah, it's an even 3-3 so far, but the health advantage is onto the side of 303 as they're starting to knock on the door of sight. They're getting so close and starting to put pressure from the windows as well as construction, which they have firmly taken into their hands. But they have to go through Call, who's swinging with a mission, almost able to land the headshot with the SMG-11, as that shield will go bye-bye due to the breaching round of the launcher that Krill on the Ash has been packing up. That's going to make the angle that we see Call playing a little bit more difficult to hold through, as Sensei, still inside of Logi, is trying to lock up as well as he can. Drone work, going to confirm some locations as the pressure mounting over towards Braxton is going to rear its ugly head as soon as these players jump in. Mainly Krill, who's inside of the bomb site. He sees the Maestro, isn't able to get the headshot. It's a crossfire going both ways, but now he's mute jammed, and he's swung out as the mute will silence him indeed. Actually, that was the smoke, both with the same kit, but it's a flurry of kills back and forth, as Silver's going to be able to refrag his fallen teammate of Millie's, but it's a 1v2. He only has 19 seconds left. The smoke canister's going off, meaning he can only go one way. Spotted on the default cam. Hourly spots him in his crosshairs, riddles him with bullets, and Lycus Empire take the round to get the 5-1 split on their defense.
Very solid play from Lycus Empire, despite the early aggressions not exactly working out for them. And I mean, if you're 303, you're onto the more confident side. You do have the defense to play off of, but you are going to be missing some crucial positions just due to the man count. I hate to, like you said, I hate to harp on the lack of a fifth man to play some sort of position, but it just makes your defenses that much more difficult. And we might be seeing a little bit more of an anchor heavy setup minus the Jaeger, where maybe we see a little bit of less aggressive play and just try to play their angles a little bit and get an early pick to give them the best chance that they can up against the strong side of Lycus Empire.
Yeah, and now you do have a little bit more of the favorable side on your defensive half of Club. But I'm afraid that the damage has already been done to the mental side of 303, where they're fighting an uphill battle. It's more so negated due to the fact that you're on the defensive, so you're not fighting two fronts on having to attack while also at a man disadvantage. You can think of it now that Vic was your main roamer and trying to spawn peek or something and just gets fried every single round from now on. But with Lycus Empire, they're going to have more utility on their attacking front. There's not going to be as much time more so onto the side of 303 for their setup. They're gonna have to pick up those extra 2 reinforcements at least that Vic would have been throwing down. Thankfully, we do have a reinforcement pool, so they're not gonna be working with only 8, which would be absolutely horrible for their setups. So definitely a big up on that. That patch finally coming out to full extent. Haven't really seen it have an impact until just now, so kind of cool.
I mean, quality of life improvements are definitely great. You know, the thanks to the reinforcement pool for making these man disadvantage situations just a little bit more tolerable. Because let's face it, you need that extra gun to sort of enable any sort of aggressive play, because right now we can see just some very passive gameplay coming out from 303 because they don't have that extra gun to lean on. Braxton here just trying to take surround control of the site, and lethal damage with a very nice shot through, I think that was the Maverick hole to take out Attractive, and that's your smoke first to fall, and that is definitely a very bad operator to lose within the first minute of the game.
Yeah, your smoke is going to be the primary anchor that will slow down the attackers, and the rest of them are now going to have to take up that mantle, especially with Defiance already pushing the backside of construction, just trying to peek over to the player on green box. That's Krill on the Kaid with another hard breacher joining in. The main wall between sites is fully soft, so since the breach is open, there's a lot of angles opened up, the site bisected, and essentially all the players on 303 can't really rotate anywhere. They're sort of locked in their positions, or else the crossfires coming out will be quite deadly. A frag grenade almost deadly, as Mills is saved by his ADS. He doesn't have to worry about the grenades now because he placed those 4 suction cups that take quick work of grenades. But now, making quick work of the wall will be Call, also trying to burn away the ADS over towards red stairs. Now, there's 2 breaches opened up, both one for each site. Krill trying to peek out, but there's just too many angles for him to watch. He's stuck between a rock and a hard place. Every single way could be his death as he's peeking out and almost able to take out Call, but can't quite land the shot as Braxton's just sprinting on into sight. He's able to spot out the Kaid, but can't get the kill, but it's refragged out in quick succession by Call. Flurry of kills back and forth both ways, and when the dust settles, it's Mills in a 1v3 situation.
He wasn't very long to last, that's for sure. Hourly able to confirm the kill onto Mills. It was frankly a long time coming. The nade was able to flush him out of that position on top red, and Lycus Empire put us on match point. Hopefully this map, I don't want to chalk up 303 losing this map, but it is a very tall task, and I frankly just want to keep this broadcast moving because we're very behind schedule. This VOD's going to be upload. Like, this VOD is going to be very fun too. Like, when we go back and watch this, like, very off the rails in terms of just what's going on. And Defiance struggling. He's going to put himself on the Blackbeard and give himself some headshot protection, excuse me, to try and buy himself a gunfight, because I'm not sure if he's had a kill yet in this matchup.
Yeah, he's been struggling a little bit, so why not bring the Blackbeard? Why not give yourself an extra headshot, as that's pretty much what's been occurring. Overall, like his Empire just kind of pops into sight and kills everybody, which when you have the man count advantage, you're able to do. Overall, if push comes to shove and they sort of have to funnel into areas, they have the ability to just throw whatever they want at the wall in hopes it sticks, just trying to play the trade game, which overall has worked into the favor of Lycus Empire because they're a little bit more structured of a team, and their team synergy has been on display a little bit more. I don't want to necessarily say they have better gun skill, but so far, looking at the scoreline, you have to say it leans a little bit more towards that. Call and Lethal have been on a heater. Braxton was able to pick up a couple of kills the last couple of rounds. He's been relatively quiet, kind of shut down on the roam early on in the game, but coming to life with the Ash in his hands, that R4C weapon on full display, just allows him to sprint into sight and do whatever he so desires. But now, it's a different bomb site coming out of 303. They've elected to not go back upstairs, as the Jaeger will die at the hands of Braxton very early on. Defiance also being able to pick up track with the long angle of the Maverick holes. There's only one player on site, and that's Silver on the Ella. Krill trying to get a little bit of a flank coming through inside a bar, but most likely will be spotted out as the other 303 defender, Silver, on this Ella, is also trying to get aggressive, but realizes should probably go back down to site because there's nobody there.
Nobody playing the site except for Silver now, and Silver actually able to pull a kill of his own onto Lethal. You shut down your sisterhood counterpart, and now both of the players are on site, but Defiance buying himself a kill with that Blackbeard, able to take out Silver and Krill alone in a 1v4. Very difficult situation for him. He is taking some pressure here from multiple angles, and Call is going to be able to get the diffuser down, and Defiance actually able to get Krill, I believe, before the diffuser was placed, and Lycus Empire take this cluster of a map 1.
Yeah, just once again, I'm going to say it's really unfortunate coming out of 303. Is not the result that we would have expected by any stretch of the imagination. We would have like to see it a little bit closer coming out. And 303 was looking pretty good on their first couple of attacks. So just really unfortunate to see that they have to play this 4v5. Ferme, welcome back.
Hey. Oh, we're gonna have a really short break. Unfortunately, we're gonna can the analyst desk for the first game because we're a little bit off schedule. We want to make sure the second series starts on time. But before you all go to Twitter and start typing in GG Easy WoW 7-1, remember, this is a very unfortunate situation that we had to deal with. These guys are playing 4v5. It's very, very unfortunate. Let's pretend that the game never happened. Obviously, the scores will have to stay, but this is something that it's very unfortunate, of course. So this is not the game that you should be proud of. This is not the game you should be bragging about. We should just move on to the next map. So we're gonna have a short 3-4 minute break between the maps. I'm sure you guys are already sick and tired of looking at us because we've probably spent
Who
like more
wouldn't?
yeah, no, right, probably for an hour looking at us. But yeah, unfortunate. Some people may be wondering why they was not allowed to join back. It's because you cannot sub a player during the map. So if you have started the map already, you made map impact, you cannot be changing your players. So unfortunately, they had a sub available, but they were not available to join the substitute. However, 1 second. Oh, they're not.
They will be able to sub them in for next map, correct?
Yeah, they will. They have a chance. They have they are allowed to get a sub for the next map, but I don't believe they're actually getting a sub. Wow. This could be.
Do we have a potential another 4v5 ahead of us?
We will run a 4v5. Like that's completely allowed.
That's potential. Okay.
Yeah. If it's only 3v5, the game is cancelled. But then again, the games have to go. Even if it's 4v5, the game will still be played because some people are like, oh, it's already, we know who's the winner. But round differentials matter in the league, all right? So even if you get in a tough situation in this week, the rounds that you might pick up as a 4-stack might be pretty significant if down the line with the league, if they get a nice heater streak.
Right.
But then again, they're only, 7th place right now? No, they're 8th, I think. They're pretty chilling right now. Yeah, they're 8th place. They're chilling. They have 7 points. They're okay. I mean, playing as a 4-stack, there's pretty much zero chance they can pick up this map against Lycus Empire. I understand if it was a weaker stack of players, but against Lycus Empire,
Lycus Empire is going to be starting on the defense going forward on Oregon.
Oh, as a 4 attackers, 4 defense on Oregon, that's just disgusting.
That's going to be rough.
That's rough.
Incredibly tough. Yeah.
Are we going to go to intermission, or are we just going to keep on waffling?
No, just 3 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
It's only about 2 minutes. We're not having any analyst desk, so we're just chilling. Just because I want to keep the ball going. Yeah, keep the game going.
Yeah. I mean, again, to everyone in chat, if I can speak for Ferme as well as everyone else here, like we're very, very sorry about the cards that we've been dealt, and we're trying to get through this as best we can.
Yeah, obviously we want to.
Ferme, can you offline my cam so I can go to the restroom?
Can I? That's the question. Can I?
Please.
Boom.
Please.
You hit him with like the teacher.
I'll be back.
You hit him with like a middle school teacher. Like, can you go to the bathroom?
Can you? Can you? Yeah, I need to now update my map and overlay. Okay.
I'm gonna just let you do your thing because I know production can be stressful.
Honestly, man, I've been producing for like past 3 months. Like at this point, it's not stressful. I just need to update the operator bands.
For sure.
Yeah, I mean, I wish I would provide you guys with better entertainment. I'm being really honest, being really frank with you guys. Of course, all of you want to see some, exciting action, and we're getting 30-minute rehosts, which actually are not handled properly.
I mean, it's painful from our end as well. So I mean everyone that's sort of in chat watching. I know it's painful for you guys. It's painful for us as well.
Especially for the fans of 303. You know.
Yeah.
I mean, hey Smith, you can unmute. We can chill. We have only 40 seconds though. The game's starting very, very soon. You can say hi.
I just wanted to say
What-
hi. You know, I didn't get a chance to do the analyst desk. I just wanted to say, like, even though it wasn't exact, it was a 45 the whole time. 303, they tried their best, you know, and they played their best with what they had.
Of course, mad respects for 303 for continuing to play. Mad respects.
I have returned.
You have returned? Okay, hold up.
Yes.
Let me uncancel you. Uncancel you.
I'm
There you go.
back.
Hey, buddy.
All right, man. We're going back in the game. Let's do
If we-
it.
Perfect timing.
If we get another rehost, which would be absolutely painful, you want to just break out that guitar behind you and just start playing?
It doesn't sound good over my mic, but I could play it.
That would be fun.
Yeah,
We just
because I
I
have
don't know.
like noise gates and stuff like that, and
I-
it doesn't sound good. I've tried, but
I mean, I'm just kind of like trying to spitball a little bit. We are out of rehost material, so Lycus Empire is going to ban out Maverick. Very interesting ban on Oregon.
you know, we could see the Thatcher ban potentially coming out of 303, but they might opt for something a little bit different because trying to attack without a Maverick and Thatcher would be incredibly difficult. And we'll see what they bring out. And it is the Thatcher. That is really going to be insanely difficult because there are pretty much all the bomb sites of Oregon, in a similar vein to Clubhouse, do require a good amount of hard breaching, which means you're going to be forced to go down below, and you've already lost a man essentially every single round on your attacks. You're going to have to bring an IQ, or you're going to have to just know your lineups coming out of your Asher Sophia explosives in order to remove a lot of those wonderful pieces of anti-breaching utility allocated by the defense. And now if Lycus doesn't ban the Cade as well, going downstairs with that E-box hatched, it's going to be just so difficult to get any breaching coming out, especially, at least it's a Wamai ban, but the Cade coming up when pretty much the only way to get rid of utility reliably will be going below, or the Indian sniper known as Cali. But with a lot of the Kaid Claw placements, especially on Oregon, you can put them in places that those LV Lances will not reach.
Just a lot of flexibility with the placement for Cades, but I do like the mirror ban from the side of 303 just to give yourself a chance, because if you're trying to peek a one-way mirror, it's a very, very disadvantageous position to put yourself in. I do like the lineup actually coming out of 303. I do like the Dokkaebi, just giving yourself a better idea of where positionings are going to be without having to drone out is a very effective sort of thing that you can bring to the table. Also, bringing Amaru to the field as well. Maybe pick off Lycus Empire and get really aggressive is the approach that you want to take for this matchup. And yeah, I think 303. You know what? I'm not gonna. I like making predictions. Get around, please get around. Just underdog, please go for it.
Yeah, with the utility brought by Lycus Empire right now, it's one of the most stall-heavy lineups I've seen in a while. You've got both the Malusi and the Legion to really make it impossible to sprint into sight. You've got Toxic Babe canisters out of Cal's back pocket to slow down your ability to walk through doorways or choke points. And then you've got the Warden, who's going to be playing behind a shield. You can't smoke him off and you can't flash him because he's going to have full vision and catch you off guard. I do have to shout out Cherish once again, my good friend Kyle. He's the analyst for Lycus Empire. And a lot of teams, when they have a Wamai ban, they don't really know how to exactly fill his shoes. As Krill's going to get a beautiful kill on Debraction. Trying to go for the Twitter clip once again will get put into the grave early on. And evened up man count at 4 for 303's attacks, looking quite strong. But going back to the point I was talking on, Warden is a really good Wamai replacement because he has a shield. He has a 1.5. He can still play those really utility dump heavy areas, such as we're going to see Hourly play inside of the wonderful area of Attic. And Lethal just catching Krill off guard. being Knight at the bottom of the white stairs, will pick up a free kill and take the advantage back into the hands of Lycus Empire. But will it stay for very much longer? As soon as Mills gets up white stairs, there's going to be somebody with a Gara hook outside, flying inside of Kid's window, trying to catch everybody off guard. But the one off guard is going to be Track, as Lethal's going to get a beautiful shot in. That's the cue for the Hamaru to run in with the G8. Goes Burt. Crossfire's coming out. It's a 1v3 situation as Hourly picks up a wonderful kill. Mills taking damage from Games Room, getting swung by the doorway. Impact grenades coming out. SMG-11 in hands, dropping off Lethal. But it's a 1v2. He's going to start cooking the nade. Knows that somebody's over behind that bunk. Maybe floor nade, maybe not, as he throws it to the top of white. But he still has a minute and 30 to work with. So not a horrible situation.
This was winnable, and it's really come down to Silver being able to pick up the smoke. I know you see the little banter going down there in the corner, but Mills could potentially win this situation, and it's really just going to come down to his gun skill. I don't like, chalking it up to gun skill, but that's exactly what it's going to be like in this situation. He's going to head up the white stairs, and unfortunately, no sight of Hourly. Hourly able to take the headshot onto him, and Lycus Empire take our first round.
Yeah, a really good shot coming out of the mustachioed man of Warden. Operator, we don't see that much, but he's warmly welcomed inside of my heart, and definitely onto the kill spreadsheet that Hourly is putting up. 2 kills for the price of no deaths. Looking quite good for his cost as well as his overall rating. But the way that 303 is starting to attack, it seems like they're going for a lot of desperation, which is sort of almost to be expected because they're in a 4v5. They have to go for these plays in order to try to catch Lycus Empire off guard, especially when you know how good of a team Lycus Empire is. They're at near the top of the standings for a reason, because they're aggressive, they have good gun skill, and they can play many different ways. They can play super sort of chill. They can sit back inside of sight and play really structured good siege. Or they can just kind of flip a switch, start swinging everything, and be just as successful either way.
I mean, you want all of your team members to play on the same page, though. Lethal actually currently sitting AFK. I'm sure this is a funny sight for Ash to see, but nope, never mind. The drone is going to get taken out. Lethal back to his keyboard. But as I was saying, all of your members need to be on the same page if you are going to go on the aggression versus maybe trying to play a little bit more of a passive game, because we saw Braxton being the victim of an early engagement. So you can't, I know you have the man advantage, so it is still in your favor, but you can't really afford to be feeding these free kills out to 303, because they can take advantage and can catch you off guard if you are getting a little bit over aggressive.
Yeah, and especially with the setup coming out of Lycus Empire, it's very blue heavy. There are going to be a lot of shields and a lot of resources that... Oh, I thought that was Mills sprinting down main stairs, but nope, it's Lethal. I thought it was a full rush coming out because I saw the Ash right inside a garage. There's a couple more players of 303 lined up for that aggressive take. They're going to have to go through Lethal, however, who has been very, very good at fragging, and he's in close proximities with a shotgun going up against his SAS brother. Whoever swings this first most likely will win, unless Mills just doesn't know he's right there. And yep, that's exactly what happens. Shotgun riddling him full of buckshot. That M590, that Mossberg sending those pellets down range will net a free kill onto Millies, and the man count advantage further into the hands of Lycus Empire as Silver's just creeping down E-Box. He's found his way nearly into sight. He's probably going to be catching somebody off guard, mainly for action right here. Swing for another one, is able to pick up a double kill. Defiance finishing off Krill with an impact grenade down to that operator on the roam, and will most likely be called back home because there's a Zofia inside of sight, and not far behind him is Track with the diffuser of the gridlock.
Track just carrying that diffuser, and Silver and Track with very good control over the B bomb site, and they do have a plant at their disposal, assuming they can get maybe 1 or 2 more picks. But Track is actually going to go for it. Hourly in perfect position to defend against it, but unfortunately the angles are not in his favor. Defiance able to find Track. He's going to cancel that diffuse, but Silver with the refrag, and it's up to Silver here in a 1v2. His gun has been hot, but Lethal's has been hot throughout the whole matchup. Lycus able to take another round on the board.
Yeah, really well played by Lethal to stop the initial main stairs push and then rotate to the back for the final crossfire with the Goyo to deliver that fatal blow to the confidence that Silver was exuding. He was popping off on the Zofia. Like he said, it was the hot hand, but he couldn't hold a candle to the bonfire flame that has been lethal gamage so far, who now picks up the alibi for their tertiary bomb site of Kitchen and Dining Hall.
I mean, that alibi SMG is absolutely brutal in the right hands. Just the fire rate that it brings to the table. It's a very good gun to put into a hot fragger's hand, and Lethal is going to be looking to use it to the best of his ability. Meanwhile, the same operator lineup, minus the gridlock, is going to be brought out from the 303, and it seems that they've gone for a more frag-heavy lineup. Finally, sort of adopting that aggressive playstyle that I feel like they should have been bringing throughout the whole matchup. Yeah, just let your guns go burr and get picks and ask questions later, because the tactical game is, I feel like it's going to be weak when you are in a man disadvantage sort of situation.
Yeah, it's just kind of that situation of where do you want to allocate your resources? Do you need to put all of your eggs into one basket of just trying to break down the roams and setups that Lycus Empire is employing? Or do you just try to hit site fast and catch them off guard? It nearly worked for 303 last time. If Mills had won his gunfight on the bottom of main stairs, in conjunction with the pressure that Silver put onto the backside over towards pillars, it would have most likely been a recipes for success and maybe even a round win into the favor of 303. But now on a bomb site such as this tertiary one of Kitchen and Dining, there's a lot more structured roam presence and a lot more denial of getting into sight. It's going to be more difficult to get in fast because of those Malusi Banshees, because of all the shields, as well as the guns of both Sensei, Defiance, Lethal, all being in pretty close proximity to sight and just locking down those corridors that lead into the bomb site where you're going to have to push through.
Push through they do, and Silver using that 2.0 scope to very good effect as he's able to take out Lethal, and that's been a very hot gun for Lycus, as we've been seeing throughout the course of the matchup, and it's going to be up to Hourly to sort of hold onto the bathroom / lockers hallway and hold on to it. He might be able to, actually Defiance able to counteract the play of Attractive, and Attractive unfortunately not having the hottest match as of late. Losing that IQ early doesn't necessarily have a big impact on the rest of the round, minus just being down a body. But Silver trying to push further and further into Attic, and Krill actually holding a very effective position, able to take out Kyle, and Defiance just has a lot to say in this map. He wants to sort of refrag back out, struggling last map, but Mills able to take him out, and it's a 2v2.
Yeah, these players are lining up over towards the green corridor. Mills has made his way into sight, but as soon as he crosses that corner, Hourly is there waiting. Don't quite know where Braxton is. He's above the hatch, just trying to watch any pushes in. Overall, 303 has enough sight control to go for the plant, but that sound cue coming out will probably be the death of him, as the swing from Hourly in conjunction with Sensei will both net headshots, and Lycus Empire take that 2v2, turn it into a 2v none, and take the perfect site rotation 3 in a row on Oregon.
The duo of Braxton and Hourly have definitely been a force to reckon with, and Defiance's gun is finally waking up as well, and it's a relatively perfect time to do so because they do lock out that 3-site rotation, and they're back up to the kids' dorms they go, and we see that Ned Flanders operator pick back onto the game, back onto the field as well, because Warden, very effective, as you said, as a my replacement. Also, the 1.5 scope on the MPX is definitely a force that you want to bring to the field. And we also see Yana getting 6-pick off to Amaru from Krill. Again, just enabling that sort of aggression and allowing for the G8 to do what it does best, which is mow people down with its 51 rounds in the mag.
Yeah, it's essentially an R4C with more bullets and an angled grip. So yeah, you don't want to come into contact with that weapon, especially because we've seen what Krill has done on the Ash, and he's going to be doing it with the Amaru. Even more mobility and the ability to just be inside of sight at a moment's notice. We saw, I believe it was Silver, able to pick up one frag by getting refragged out by Hourly inside of Attic as soon as he went inside the game's corner. And overall, it wasn't a bad attack. If they had just been able to win one more singular gunfight, they probably could have swung that that momentum into their favor, but it just wasn't in the cards so far. For Sensei, for Braction, he needs to not die immediately. He's sort of just trying to be hyper aggressive and challenge out the fast action that 303 is trying to go for. But more often than not, he's been actually on the receiving end of the opening kill. He's been the one dying, as he will now get droned out inside a bathroom. He needs to tuck tail and run before he gets just pushed into a whole nother area, trying to peek the window, and might be ill-advised, and yes it is, as Mills is going to be able to separate his head from his body like a surgeon. Lethal answers back onto Silver, losing to Sophia, who has been one of the better players onto the side of 303 so far. So you trade a Jaeger for a Sophia, one operator to burn utility and the other one to make utility be burned. But at the end of the day, at the man count, it is a 3v4, and that swings to the side of Lycus Empire's favor.
There could potentially be another engagement as well, and I think Lethal was just asleep at the wheel as Cal able to take, or as Cal is able to get the refrag onto Attractive, and Krill and Mills are the only two remaining members, and they do have very similar weaponry in terms of how effective they can be. And Cal, unfortunately, taking pressure from the kitchen, but you see that 303 are very split up in terms of their attacks. So again, it's going to come down to this angle play, and I think 303 have a good setup going, as Mills able to get his third kill of the round, but unfortunately shut down by Cal, and it's up to Krill to take this round out. But Lycus is currently a little short on man count, if we're going to be honest, given the situation here, and the flash dump comes out. Unfortunately, Krill not long to last. Warden being used to perfect effect there, and Lycus with 4 in a row.
Yeah, you don't have to... I mean, at the end of the day, Oregon is a very defender-sided map, and you're starting every single round 4v5. And yeah, you don't want to flash a Warden, so yeah. he didn't even flick the Rolex on. He just looked away because of pure muscle memory. He could have just eaten that flash like it was a Thanksgiving dinner, but he didn't care. He was just kind of turned away out of just the fact that if you're any other operator besides Warden, you're going to turn away to try to not get flashed. Tucked in the corner, able to take out with another crossfire employed by Call over towards the trophy area, over right beneath that giant wolf head trophy. So at the end of the day, I'm going to go back to the point of Oregon's very defender-sided. At the very worst, you would expect a 4-2 split for the defenders. And then you throw in the fact that Lycus Empire is a very good Oregon team.
Yeah.
And you have 303 on a 4v5. So I think that's just might be too much to overcome. I don't want to count out 303 by any stretch of the imagination, but it's not looking too good.
Silver, can I just override that? Please don't do another rehost. His power
If
came
his
back
power
on.
came back on.
So his power went out. Yeah, that's a very tough sort of thing to deal with here, and I think we're just waiting on some admin words to give us the clearance to give a word on that. And yeah, I think Henry's calling it perfectly. I don't think you can add a player back on, and 303 unfortunately is going to have to continue to play a man down. But the thing that they can lean on is the fact that Lycus has been a little over aggressive at times, especially from the side of Braction. I'm not trying to conjure the anger of any of the Braction fans in chat, but the proof is in the pudding. He is currently sitting at 1-3, and unfortunately for him, his aggression has just not worked out for him throughout the course of the matchup. He has been getting picked in these one-on-one gunfights.
Yeah, he's just playing insanely aggressive. He's just going for clips. He's trying to get these one taps, and that has really been what's been rough for him. Like, he's getting a little bit over aggressive. I'm going to draw the narrative to Icarus, where he's flying too close to the sun and his wings have melted and he's plunged into a hole that is a 1-1-3 scoreline so far. However, his team has made the other team fall into a hole. They are down 4-0 and not looking too great indeed, as they're trying to hit site fast. They have the Lion scans to confirm the location of the Malusi, which Defiance will take a good amount of damage at the pre-fire of the M762 that Silver whips inside of his hands. However, he did answer back with just enough, and now it's the deadly headshot coming out as the MP5 will sing, dropping off Silver, as now Mills is going to answer back onto lethal damage, making sure that the man count still stays just 1 into the favor of Lycus Empire.
I'm not sure how the kill onto lethal damage happened. Unfortunately, we didn't catch it, but the proof is in the pudding. You do lose that man, and Defiance is actually very worse for wear right now. So it could just be an aggressive push from 303 to really lock out this round here, because they are in good position to play into what Lycus Empire has established here on the defensive side. Mills's gun is very warmed up right now, and he hourly actually walked straight into it. Unfortunately for Defiance, he's gonna fall, and Attractive continues his reign of terror. Again, another 2v2, another close situation brought out here from Lycus and 303. They don't have they now have control of the diffuser now, and Hourly isn't exactly in a position here to counteract the plant. They could potentially go for the plant. It just depends on how they sort of read the round in. I think Mills is going to be looking for another kill as well. Unfortunately, he's not going to be able to find it, as Hourly able to get the headshot onto him, and Lycus Empire continues their dominance over this map.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in a row for Lycus Empire, as Braxton able to answer back through the wall onto the pre-fire seen by Track on the Lion. Really nice shots, as that's what Silver's going to say in chat. So, you know, he's able to hit his head eventually. And, okay, now we're just not going to talk about chat anymore, as 5-0 is just sort of going to start weighing on the psychological aspect of the 303 players. They're fighting an uphill battle on every single front. You're attacking on Oregon, you have a 4v5, and you're losing the wonderful game that is seen inside of chat. It's just not looking too great so far. And now, Kitchen and Dining Hall once again will be the bomb site, where that was arguably the closest round that we've seen out of 303. They just kind of sprinted into sight, were able to pick up their kills. They dismantled the roam allocated onto the backside as they took meeting. They pushed down the Z corridor and able to establish those crossfires to take out Defiance, take out, I think it was everybody but Sensei and Hourly left. They were able to take out all of those really hot hands. Maybe a little bit of it comes down to the fact that Lycus Empire was sort of swinging everything and overextending themselves. But when you have the man advantage every single round, you can sort of afford to do that. But like I said earlier, you don't want to fly too close to the sun. You can't get overconfident in a league like SCS, where it's so competitive and every round counts onto your round differential. You need to pick up every free round you can and not throw.
I mean, 303 has looked very competitive in these rounds. Lycus have been down to 2, maybe even 1 remaining member, but they have been able to lock these out. So it's up to 303 to really capitalize on the fact that they have been playing the early to mid round very effectively. They have been able to dismantle the roam on every sort of occasion. And it has been down to Hourly as well as the other anchor presence. Hourly's actually sitting on a flawless game right now. So very good play from Hourly. But yeah, it's up to 303 to really sort of lock the fact that they have been able to get these early frags out, and they are playing solidly here as we move further and further into the round.
Yeah, Braxton losing a lot of HP from that drone hole, not used for intel, it was used for lethality, as the ankles of the Jaeger will get ripped apart by the R4C in Millie's hand. Lethal inside of Attic is getting flashed out and getting pushed, but he has the prismas that Silver's going to try to find. Which one's real, which one's not? That's the mind games he's going to be playing in, as Krill's going to get the pinch. He's going to swing out. The distraction comes through. It's the Wombo combo that allows the Amaru to get the kill onto the Lonesome Alibi. Defiance falling at the headshots of Millie's. The Ash just going on a tear so far, as Krill's also going to be able to pick up Hourly. No more flawless gameplay coming out, but Braxton's on the flank. He's made his way over towards the Z corridor. Track making quick work of the breaching wall inside of meeting. It's going to be a swing coming out of the AK-12 that's going to allow Track to drop down the Jaeger, leaving it all up to Call in a flawless 1v4. And it's going to be the shots coming out of Mills, the flawless round, but not 5 operators on the board, only 4, as 303 is finally able to overcome the detriment that they've been placed inside him, rising up to the occasion and taking a round off of Lycus Empire.
Can I take the clip of that round and forward it to every single time someone has ever left my rank game ever? Because this was a very bad situation that you had to overcome. And 303 proving that it is possible. And they've frankly, they've proved it every single round. It's just that time, Lycus Empire wasn't able to lock it out, and now I think they have to watch out for 303 here. We could be looking at some upset rounds here because, granted, it was a tertiary bomb site, but 303 looked dominant that round.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, Lycus Empire was not able to find a single kill onto that attacking lineup. And it was really well played by 303. They had seen exactly what Lycus was going to be bringing to the table up for that bomb site. They just sort of found the holes inside the armor and fully exploited it. They knew that you were going to have Lethal on the alibi locked up inside of Attic. You start pressuring one way and send your Amaru in the backside, and he didn't even see it coming. Well played on that pinch. Millie just kind of doing so much damage as an entry frag, getting in there, taking the gunfights and winning them to continue the ball rolling down the hill that was the momentum of the 303 attack. And it just wasn't able to be stopped. Like, his Empire didn't have a response to the hot hands employed by the remaining attackers, which was all of them, and they were able to take the round firmly into their hands and made it so it's not a flawless game. But now they get to go and eliminate one of the sort of inhibitors that we've seen onto their side. They had to attack at a 4v5. Not good. That's two things going into your favor, but now it's only one because you still have the man disadvantage, but this time you get to defend on a very defender-sided map.
If you're Lycus Empire, the time for aggression is now. I was very critical of the aggression that came out on the defensive side, but now flex your manpower a little bit and push together. That is the best way to deal with what 303 have, because they're already down a man and they're already down a lot of damage. As you can see on the Jaeger of Krill, he has taken a lot of gunfire or explosive damage or what have you. And I think the best approach here for Lycus Empire is going to be just yeet your way into sight, if I'm going to be honest here, and just force a pick or two. But right now they are trying to clear out Attractive, and Silver actually able to get the kill onto Lethal. So Defiance with a refrag there, they are able to eliminate the Malusi, but Lycus seem to be struggling just a little bit here as Krill able to find Hourly, and Lycus have looked sloppy here on this map so far.
Yeah, I don't know if it's overconfidence or it's just 303 being a little bit stronger on Oregon. I would have loved to see this match at a traditional 5v5 because I think it would have been very competitive. And it now makes sense as to why this was 303's map choice. So, pushing forward, it is a 3v3. Make that a 3v2 as it's a trade back and forth. Never mind, it's a 2v2. I don't know simple math. But Krill's on the flank. Will the vertical holds be used against him? Yep, Defiance is too smart for that one. It's Mills in a 1v2, 1vx clutch situation. Do or die for match point coming out. And it's the Mute who's able to take out one. He's dropping down Braxton onto his back. DB&O for the Ash, but Defiance, SAS versus SAS, Britain versus Britain, will choose to just tap away on the diffuser and force the post plant. No nitro cell into the back hands of the Mute, who's actually going to have to swing on right as the player gets off to the diffuser. L85 not able to do enough damage, but maybe just enough to make him one shot, and the body shots will rain out. Defiance takes the round. Lycus Empire takes another one. 6-1 lead, and they're a single round away from sending this game to finish.
At the same time, that was a very close round there from 303. All it took was really just another gunfight win, and you would have forced your second round onto the board. And Lycus Empire, I mentioned it last round, but they are looking relatively sloppy here on Oregon. I'm wondering, maybe 303. Yeah, you mentioned 303's map pick is Oregon, so they could be stronger on this map. And yeah, like you mentioned, 5v5, I think this would have been a very different map. This would have been very hotly contested, as all of the rounds have been, but I think Lycus Empire have a lot to polish up here because they've looked relatively weak on Oregon despite having the man advantage pretty much, not pretty much, every single round.
Yeah, to a certain extent, you were saying that Lycus Empire's sort of play would be to go fast and just use your man advantage. But when you have a team such as Lycus Empire where they have you have the man advantage, why don't you just play your normal game? Why are you going to try to change things up and really play into the hand of 303 that are going to have to be aggressive? They're reaching for straws. They're grasping, trying to get anything they can get their hands on to even up the man count. So you just have to really rise above that. Just play your game like normal. Pretend it's a 5v5. Pretend you just got an opening pick early on and you just play your game. You can't sort of go into the exact way that 303 is wanting to play, because if you sort of lower your game down, they might just beat you with experience.
I mean, 303, you mentioned it was their map pick and definitely showing the experience on the map because they've looked solid in their defenses and it just looked like they were playing together very effectively. Meanwhile, Lycus Empire is going to be they're going to be more cognizant of the roam here. We can see how much drone potential they are trying to bring out here, just trying to flush every single position out of the side of 303. And they are going to go for a full map clear. And why not when you have one less operator to deal with? But yeah, Lycus Empire is going to be looking to take into Attic and really force their way through. And I think this is the best course of action here just because you have your backs against something. You don't really have to worry about the flanks. And yeah, Lycus Empire, I think they have a better plan coming out here, especially when Defiance can get aggressive onto Attractive.
Yeah, that's going to vacate all of the B bomb site. You can't play dorms effectively. You can't play that kids room when you have somebody on the rappel. Now, Braxton has picked up the Ying, and he has properly read into the fact that the Wamai's banned. So when you have those Candelas going through as well, once these ADSs are burned out, you can make quick work of the shields and just blind the heck out of whoever's playing at the bottom dip side of Attic. That's Silver. He has an SMG-11 and a shotgun in his hand, as well as some beautiful toxic vape canisters to slow down the aggression that could be employed by Lycus Empire. But he's just scared. There's so many blinding lights going off, and the LMG rains out and is able to fall down the smoke. Hourly picking up another kill onto track, finishing off what he started earlier on. Krill swings out and drops down lethal, but the refrag coming out of Defiance will put him to an early grave. Mills on the flank is able to drop Hourly into the DB&O state, but it's essentially a 1v4 situation. The TK to deny the stats coming out, as Braxton will say, no, 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 not today. Post plant situation, only 40 seconds to go through. No ADSs as a beautiful headshot comes out of Mills right onto the head of Braxton, just peeking back and forth now towards the bottom side of Attic. A Nitro Cell rains through, can't quite connect. And 30 seconds left, it's not looking too hot for Mills. He has to push right into the loving arms of Defiance, who's just jiggling and peeking like a madman. Body shots rain true of the L85, like his Empire 7-1 victory. Looking quite strong, but they did have the man advantage for the entirety of the game.
Yeah, and again, very unfortunate situation, but props to Lycus Empire for taking both of our maps here today. They're going to add 6 points to their scoreline. And yeah, very good play from Lycus Empire, just given the situation. I was very critical, but I don't want to take anything away from them because they did play very well. And welcome back, Fairmate, to the board. He's shaking his head in disbelief of something. I'm sorry. Maybe it wasn't
Unfortunate.
such a welcome back.
It's just very unfortunate. You hate to see it. You hate to see it. You know, we've seen 303 perform. You know, a couple of weeks ago. They forfeited last week, but we've seen them play against Renaissance. We also seen them play, I believe, the first week. Who did they play first week?
Ink. They played Ink.
Yeah, and they actually took a map from them. And you know, knowing how strong Ink is, I mean, actually, there was an old roster, right? That's with the Sherbal and Spiker, right? So they were able to take out a map from Ink, but just very unfortunate situation. Again, please don't harass the team. This is very, very, very unfortunate condition where they're in. The 4v5 was, again, very unfortunate. Again, this is probably the best way to describe this game. Is just unfortunate. I hope that Lycus Empire doesn't hold any, negativity towards that team. And likewise from 303, it's just the situation that we were kind of put together, because I wanted to see this game. Right, we were hyping this up for like 15 minutes before the map even started, the first map. All of us, we wanted to see how it's gonna play out because two extremely strong teams. But yeah, that's just unfortunate.
I mean, if anything, you have to respect 303 for playing so well despite the sort of difficult situation that they were in, because they were picking off the members of Lycus Empire very effectively throughout the course of the map. And yeah, I give them props for, what they had to deal with, because it was definitely just not the cards that you want to be dealt. And they were pretty good despite it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, at the end of the day, you have to think that maybe it would have played out differently, but I also would have liked to think that Lycus Empire wouldn't have been playing as aggressive and going for those sort of highly ill-advised plays, just going for the Twitter clips, that's what the sort of way I'm going to describe it. And hopefully everything would have worked out into that favor. And we actually do have the interview coming in. Welcome.
What's up? What's up?
Hey, Brack. What's good? What's poppin'? What's good?
Doing good, man. How are you?
Oh, it's alright. Just desk hosting for the first time in forever. But here you are. You guys taking a pretty dominant victory. Unfortunate game. We've been talking to it on the desk that 4v5. Nobody's excited. Nobody's really hyped up for a 4v5. It's a very unfortunate situation that they were put in. But
yeah, it's hard to play.
Yes, exactly. Mad respects for these guys for actually going for the map. Taking you guys even in the 4v5 situation. But anyhow, my friends, Gaster, C-Dab, Santost, all yours.
All right, you want to start it off, Toast?
I'm actually at a lack of questions right now. I'm gonna let you go for it.
Alrighty, so
Very good.
Let's start at map 1. We're gonna get a little bit of a behind the scenes what was happening because you were in the call while we were not. What were the comms like the first couple of rounds? Because we know Lethal was on a little bit of a heater. How was that going?
It's good. Lethal is extremely underrated as a player. I puck stacked with him the last 2 CL calls where we made close both times, and he's really underrated. But comms wise, he's pretty quiet. He kind of like just goes about his business, you know. But for the team wise, like I'm the only one who's really loud. So when it comes to comms and us winning rounds and things like that, it's usually pretty quiet, and people only talk when they give call outs, I would say. But I was pretty calm, just hanging out type of vibe, you know?
Yeah,
Early
that's
games.
always the good vibes you like to have with your team, where everybody gets along. There's not really any clashing egos or heads going through, and it lets you guys play really solid as a roster, which we've seen quite a few times so far. That overall your synergy is very good. Even if you had a couple of pieces come in, come out, a couple of roster changes here and there, is this the strongest roster that you feel you guys have fielded up to this point?
Yeah, I would say so. Our roster changes weren't even changing because of players' like ability to play. Like a lot of people were on us for like dropping Beezer and Surge, saying they were playing really good. It never really had anything to do with that, you know. We had all of them, our old teammates, and those original ones that we made changes with. A lot of those guys were all switching to brand new roles, you know. And it's really hard to play when you have like 3 different IGLs on one team or 3 different ideas, because me and Defiance both IGL, you know. Beezer is really good with IGLing, but it was just hard to do it when you have a bunch of people with different ideas, you know. But yeah, I guess you could say that this is probably our strongest lineup for sure with them.
Yeah, and so overall you won Clubhouse pretty handily, even after there was 40 minutes of rehosts coming through, and just you guys were sitting there twiddling your thumbs, trying to vibe as much as you could. We were trying to waffle as much as we could on the desk, but it also was a struggle. But I guess if we go over to Oregon, which was their map choice, you still took quite handily overall at 7-1. But do you feel like a lot of that came down to the 4v5? Do you think it would have maybe gone a little bit closer if it were to be a 5v5?
I don't think you can say either or, just because I don't know how my teammates were playing, right? Like for me in general, I was just kind of like just chilling. I was throwing my life in small tower like over and over, if you saw. I don't ever do that, like ever. I know I don't have great gun skills, so most of the time if you spectate me, I only swing things that I think I can win like 90% of the time. Otherwise, I don't put myself in bad spots. But there, I was just kind of sending it to say, you know, like whatever. But the same argument can be made for them. Maybe like they felt like they could have won if they had 5, or I could just say that we weren't trying, you know, and nobody would really know.
Yeah, that's sort of the awkward part of, well, it could have gone this way, it could have gone that way. It's really hard to take into all the factors. Yeah, with the hindsight. And I'm kind of all out of questions. Do you have anything, Santos?
I'm still blanking out. I guess the best question I have is just, you know, what does this game really tell like the rest of SCS? Obviously, there were just some very interesting cards dealt with, but what is do you have a message for the rest of SCS?
Oh wait, I hear you now. Go ahead, speak again. I'm sorry.
Do you have a message for the rest of SCS? Obviously, today's game was a little bit of a wild card in terms of just the cards that were dealt to both teams. What do you have to say about the game?
For like future games and stuff, or
yeah.
I would say that there's a lot of good teams. You know, like I do talk a lot of trash in the chat, but I just do that on game day. I don't really mean any of it. So like a lot of people playing against us, they probably are expecting me to talk trash or, you know, think that I don't think there's a lot of good teams, but there is a lot of good teams. Wichita's a good team. They're extremely organized without having a fourth and a fifth, which is pretty impressive. In Control's another good team. They're very out of the box with their strats, and they have like 3 strats per site. If you look into their stats and their VODs, I don't think there's a specific team I'm like really scared to play, and I don't think that we're way better than every team. I just kind of excited for every week, you know.
Well, props to you for having that sort of humble outlook on this. And Ferme, do you have anything for him as well?
Well, I'm just really happy to see you guys play yet another week. Next couple of weeks are looking pretty chill for you guys. What I'm excited for is Lycus versus Redux Rising. So skip a week, and we get kind of Redux Rising. So I'm really excited for that match. I'm gonna see how you guys play. And again, I'm really happy you guys have finally kind of finalized the roster, because I believe like every single week you guys had a little bit of a switch. But bringing in Lethal Damage, I feel like you guys nice solidified, and I see you guys, you know, sticking together for a while. So
Yeah, hopefully.
absolutely. Well, thanks so much for joining us, Brack. We will be moving on. And
Have a good night, man.
yeah, thanks so much for playing, man.
No problem.
Well, that's game 1.
It's over. It's over.
Game 1 took the time of like 3, but you know, we're finally done.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
we're not done yet for the day. We're gonna have a little bit of a switch over, okay? So, Emergence versus Hostile Actions. Actually, I'll show you guys. Watch this. Whoosh. Whoosh.
Whoosh.
Yeah, it's gonna update. All right. So, Emergence versus Hostile Actions is the next game. All right. I'm actually quite excited for it. Emergence coming straight from season 3. It's gonna update. There's another slide. But yeah, we're gonna have 2 new different casters show up for that game. It's gonna be Chief and Slayzilla. All right. But yeah, I feel like, and you're actually not gonna see me. All right, we're gonna have Rigel coming in for the desk host. It was really fun. Honestly, I enjoyed spending time with you guys on desk. Even though we had like a little bit of a, let's just say, unfortunate game. Unfortunately,
I mean,
best way
Yeah,
to
we
describe.
had more desk time than actual in-game time.
Yeah,
But, you
so-
know, it was still really fun. Thank you to everybody that was out here supporting in
Yeah.
chat. I hope you guys enjoyed the broadcast, as scuffed as it was. New
Yeah.
background, new music. Always looking on the up
Let's
and up
go.
again for SCS. But make sure to follow all the socials. You got SCS_champ on Twitter, as well as everybody's right down below. Mine, Toast, as well as Ferme. You got the observers and the producers on the screen as well. Make sure to give love to everybody that works here at SCS. I've been CDABS, joined by the other 2 lovely people right to my right on the screen.
Yeah,
like
you're
right
right.
over
Yeah.
there.
Oh, you mean like
Yeah.
for me it's both. All right, guys.
Yeah.
We're gonna go for about 20-minute break, I'd say. And we're gonna be back. All right. New casters, new game. It's gonna be very exciting. So stick with us. Yeah. And now you're gonna see the whoosh, whoosh.
Whoosh.
Let's see. Who do I mute first? I mute myself. Okay, let's go.